Hello, 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 everybody. What is going on? Welcome to the stream. We're back. We've been MIA for a couple of days, stream-wise, for reasons which most people will know about if you're in the Discord. I did put up a post on the channel the other day, obviously, but I'm going to try to steer clear of talking about it today because I'll probably get upset. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to stream yesterday and the day before, because I would not have been a good person to be around, if I'm honest. You know, still struggling with stuff, but we'll get there. We'll get there, chat. We'll get there. It's just a bit hard at the minute. House feels super quiet because of it. But are we ready, chat? Are we ready? Last Arknights stream before Enfield launches. It's not the last one, just the last one before Arknights Enfield launches, which is in about 13 hours, around about 1 AM. It's supposed to go live, but the last couple of times it's gone live around about an hour early, right? So I don't know, maybe midnight for my time. So around about 12 hours, man. Around about 12 hours before Enfield launches, and I'm pumped, chat. I'm pumped. I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, we'll have to see, obviously, when the game launches, but I'm kind of torn at the moment. I don't know whether I'm going to pull on the starter banners. Like, I want Serta, right? Just purely because I want Serta. But at the same time, I'm probably going to build an Ardelia team right off the bat, because obviously we're getting Ardelia, and I really liked using her in the beta. It was a lot of fun. And I'm hoping to try and get Helga and maybe build a Helga physical team. And I'm like, I've got two good teams to start off with there. I'm like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if we get any teasers for the next set of banners in time to decide what to do. Because, yeah, I might just end up saving through the banners. Obviously, I'll throw the free pulls that we get. You know, we get 5 free pulls on each banner, don't we? I'll chuck those in, but yeah, I'm kind of I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence genuinely whether I bother pulling into any of those banners. Again, as I say, I'd like to get Serta for the waifu meta, right? But I don't know necessarily if I'm too fussed about building a team around her particularly. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'll probably change my mind on launch. But, whatever. I'm going to probably straight away, I'm going to fund Enfield. Probably going to buy the battle pass right off the bat. And we'll see what bundles are in the store. And I think we'll grab a bundle straight away. Because I'm happy that we didn't have to spend any money on Arknights the other day, because we got lucky on apples, right? So, you know, I'll probably throw some cash down anyway, so I'll be in a position to probably get what I want to get. But yeah, I think I might say we'll see. I'm torn, chat. I'm torn. But how is everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. I just want to say quickly as well, thank you to all the nice messages in Discord, in DMs, and on the YouTube post as well, guys. It's appreciated, right? It's appreciated. Obviously, I know it's one of those things. It's hard, isn't it, when stuff like that happens, because you don't know what to say to people, do you? And it doesn't matter what you say anyway. It doesn't change the facts and stuff. But I really do appreciate the kind words and nice messages. It did mean a lot. It did mean a lot, guys. But yeah, we have to lock in now. Keep myself busy, ready to go. But welcome. Yo, SB, welcome to the stream. And Duck Lord, welcome. It does feel like a while, doesn't it? It does, man. It does feel like a while. Yo, Minman, welcome to the stream. Dominic's, welcome. Shushi, welcome to the stream. Not Momo, welcome. Paradigm, welcome to the stream. Did I say hello to you, Minman? Hello as well, Minman. I don't know if I did. I feel like I didn't, but hello. Filoni, welcome. Kino, welcome to the stream. Let me see. Alpha, welcome. All right, let's peak stream before peak launches. All right, yeah. I know. I've been seeing that the women community seems to be tearing itself apart at the moment, which is kind of funny. I shouldn't laugh. I'm saving for Angelbert. Then I probably will wait for Rossi. Yeah, I don't know. Me, I'm waiting for Tang for sure. Yeah, do we know what her deal's gonna be? What's her deal gonna be? Is she gonna be like physical? I'm gonna drop balls till I get 6-star, and then after that I'm saving till Yvonne. Fair. Yeah, I'll all the standard pulls we'll get. I'll throw in on the standard banner, obviously, because I want to try and get Helga. But does anybody know if there's any good weapons in the shop that are really useful for Helga, or would be alright just throwing anything on him for now? Because I kind of want to stack some Arsenal tickets through the standard pulls if I can. Just go in on the standard banner, use the free pulls that we're going to get for the premium banners, and then see where we go from there. Obviously deciding on what we're going to do. Probably going to go for Levitain, Gilbert if I get Levitain early, and then save for later. All on in Rossi. Okay. Ooh, you're going to go max spot. Ooh, okay. Fairs. Why they give us too much, bro? Let me spend future-proof. Not boys, by the way. Out of all the banner characters that I played from the beta. Yeah. Gilberta is fun. I think, like, just lift-based characters are really fun in Enfield anyway. It's just satisfying, right? It's really satisfying to, like, apply lift and then crush, and it's an enjoyable thing, so I can understand that. I didn't play her in the last beta. I played her in the previous beta, and she was a lot of fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed my Ardelia team, man. It was a lot of fun, right? And her shred's really good as well. But like right at the end, because obviously I didn't get to play as much as I wanted, but right at the end, I did build my Helga physical team. I think it went Helga, Chen, Depan, and oh shit, who else is in the team? Who am I missing? Anyway, that team felt really good. So yeah, I might yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the Certi video actually. Yeah, I'm getting there, dude. I'm getting there. You know, it's one of those things, innit? I think you just got to go through the process. It's hard because of him being such a vocal animal, like being a parrot. The house just feels really quiet. That's one of the hard things, you know? Coming down in the morning, getting back from dropping Rosie off, it's just like, bro usually, you know, says bye and says hello when I get back and stuff, and yeah. Yo, what's going on, Ryoji? Yo, Casual, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Going all for Pog. Yeah, I feel it. Yo, what's going on, Finn? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing better. Still struggling, like, you know, but, you know, it's process, right? It's process. Isn't that a weapon list available already? I don't know. If anybody's got a link to that, I'd like to check it out. You want to get Leviathan and Tang? Well, the stream's not started yet. Want to ask a question? How's the RuneScape game? I like it. I haven't gone through all the content yet, but people have been telling me there's not a massive amount of content at the moment, but the roadmap looks really good for the rest of the year. And as somebody who does enjoy, you know, survival/crafting games with a bit of the RuneScape DNA in there as well, yeah, I'm enjoying it, you know. I'm liking it. It's been fun. I haven't been able to play it the last few days, actually, but I do like it. I think if you like things like Enshrouded, I think you'll enjoy it. You know, those sort of games are for you. I think you'll get some enjoyment out of it personally. Blue, what's going on? What's pretty nice is the weapon banner will go out. Yes. It's cool, right? It's cool. Again, it's made me laugh the viewpoints over Enfield's gacha. I think it's just quite funny. Right. Again, if you want pity and need pity, all right, you know. Again, I made a video talking about it. I think it's a bit of a pseudo safety net. But okay, if that's a deal break for you, fair enough. But people are then turning that into trying to make out every part of the system's just trash. And it's just like, what are we doing here? So disingenuous. Funny to watch. It's actually funny to watch. Kind of funny scene though. A lot of the people who initially had issues have really started to come around a little bit. Again, the proof will be in the pudding, no man. I've said this a million times, right? The best gacha system in the world, if there is such a thing, will be ass if full acquisitions bad when we start, right? So we'll have to wait and see anyway. We all might be eating our words because Hypergryph are like, yeah, bro, pulls. What are those? We ain't giving them out. So we'll see. But yeah, I just think it's been a bit funny. I heard that in terms of weapon, it's the same situation like skills. Weapons you go into the for the fine print instead of the rarity. Just lower rated weapons are actually viable. Well, it seemed like that in the beta, right? From what I remember. Again, this previous beta, I didn't get to play as much as I wanted, but definitely does seem like there's other viable options. Of course, you're always going to get a better option with SIGs, but we know that's the case in any gacha game that has weapons. It's just about the viability of non-signatures, right? Ardelia being free is really good. She really works. Yes, Ardelia's great. Ardelia's great. Plus, you know, pop them sheeps, man. It's fun. The RuneScape games look good. Yeah, it is fun. It's fun. I think it's worth checking out if you're into those sort of games. Like I say, if you like things like Enshrouded and stuff, that sort of game, I think you'll enjoy RuneScape Dragon Worlds. I meant to get it as soon as it came out, but I just never got round to it. And around the Christmas period, I was like, that's it. I'm locking in. I'm grabbing this now. And I'm glad I did. And having fun with it. Weapon basically an extra passive that triggers when you do certain stuff for EX Levitate Sig. Alt buff to basic attacks, while a standard buff every time there is a combust. Yo, Moose, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the stream. How are things, dude? Are you ready? Are you ready to do some fielding later? Who's actually going to be playing on launch? Guys, 23 pulls are so far, am I right? Right? Dude, the argument where people are like, having the dossier is just, that's a really trashy system, man. Because, like, I'm going to have to pull 60 pulls to get 10 free pulls. It's like, bro, why are you wasting 50 pulls? Why would you do that? Just pull on the banner you want and then get some free Arsenal tickets on the next banner. Where's the countdown? Well, we'll be streaming later. We'll be streaming later, so maybe then. I think it's 1 AM for me, so it's just under 13 hours from now. Last couple of times, well, last night it went live a little bit early, right? So I'm hoping like maybe midnight, man. Maybe midnight. Welcome to the stream, Bobby. The best gacha system is a dead one. Yeah, it's just funny as well, because on the end of the day, like, right, all gacha systems, you know, which pile of shit smells the worst, I guess, right? But you know, it's I think it's been a bit of the disingenuousness of some of the arguments, right? Like I said, I get it. If pity carryover matters to you, they sent the system for you. But then people try and make out arguments that are just not true about the rest of the systems. And it's like, okay, all right. You know. Yo, Rasanju, how's it going, buddy? Welcome. Exactly, yeah. Exactly, Blue. End of the day, I think we've got to start normal. Right, if you're playing gacha games, you've got to accept you're in the fucking casino, right? End of the day, it's about how much it interferes with the gameplay itself. If it's not egregious, then we can maybe, you know, if it's something we can feel we can at least ignore for most of the time. Of course, it's always going to affect the gameplay loop to some degree. It's a gacha game, right? But I think we need to start normalizing. Let's talk about games being good before we start arguing about the gacha system. Then we can maybe, I'm not saying they're not relevant conversations. Of course they are, like, but, you know, the idea that some people are like, I was interested in this game, but no, pity carry all that. Yeah, nah, not for me. I'll go back to my other gambling simulator. Just chilling, waiting for Enfield first. After that, I need to watch Cookie's vid, to be fair. I do. Again, as I say, as somebody who's like, you know, spent a bit of time looking around the gacha myself for it, as soon as it happened, we knew about the gacha system, right? I wasn't too stressed about it. I just wasn't. Tama, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I thought you were skipping today. What's going on, Flicks? I did plan to, right? Because I was gonna have a few hours, but I might have a couple of hours keep later, right? Pick Rosie up from work, get back, and then maybe have an hour or two later, and then just like say, get live at 11 PM tonight. Might skip school just to be. Oh, don't do that. I know, right? Yeah. It's like, man. You know, somebody said they was going to give me a tenner if I gave them 60 quid, right? That sounds like a good deal. Because if I give them 60 today, Tuesday they said they'd give me 10. So I was like, alright, sounds good. Surely the Bulls give to batch release aren't far multiple. Yeah, I saw somebody saying that as well. There was like, I'm like, have some self-control, use the 5 free balls, and then stop. If you don't want the banner, don't put... It's like, you know, just because somebody offers you crack cocaine doesn't mean you need to take it. It's like, have some self-control. Say no, kids. And spending 60 pulls for 10 leaves you with 50 pulls. The math ain't mathing. I'm okay with people complaining about 120 being not cutting over. Yeah. And at the end of the day, I'm okay with people taking issues with whatever it might be, I guess, right? But it's clear that, like, how some of the arguments are framed. It's just like, okay, all right, what are we doing here, right? What are we doing here? yeah, the gacha space sometimes, the tribalism, the mindset that people get into, it is an odd one. And again, I agree with you. I said it in my very first video when I spoke about the gacha system. I said straight away, at the end of the day, best's like subjective, right? Because it's hard to say. Like, you can look at raw pulls and stuff, but we don't know. Pull acquisition, all these other stuff, costs of bundles. There's so many more aspects to gacha systems, right? But I said in the very first video, I was like, if pull a guaranteed pity carryover is the deal breaker for you, then this is not the system for you. And it just is what it is, right? I agree. I can understand the critiques of it. As long as no one defends the non-carryover, I'm good. See, I actually don't care. Personally, I honestly don't care. I think you get non-guarantee carryover, or it would take us more pulls to get to the guarantee, right? You know? And if somebody will probably be a light spender, if I can get more raw pulling power, I think I'd rather take that. Because I'm going to pick and choose my banners anyway, right? Now, I'm a degen. Now and again, I might be stupid and throw 20 pulls at a banner for the hope of it, but that's on me then. I can't sit there and go, oh, the game, you know, the game did be over. Like, the system's telling you right up front, right? I wouldn't do this if I was you. And then it's up to you to go from there. Yo, Neo, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Right? Yeah. You need that, bro. I need that 10 pull, man. I've got to do it. It makes sense. It's cash back, bro. Like, come on. Servers are totally gonna crash. Yes. So I hope not. I hope not. But I'm expecting. I think the servers are gonna get slammed. Right. This is it's an anticipated game, isn't it? It's incredibly anticipated. You look across the space. You look across just like the views and stuff, and how much it's been spoken about at the moment. The servers are gonna get absolutely slammed. I just hope they're ready for it. And if there is issues, it doesn't take too long to. But end of the day, look, I've been saying for a long time, expect some stumbling blocks at the gate, but hopefully not. Hopefully not, because I'm staying up late for it. I don't want to be sitting here staring at server errors. Well, you know, we'll see. Exactly, Ryoji, yeah. I think it's the trade-off, right? I think it's a trade-off. I think if we didn't have if we did have a carryover, the whole system would have to change. Because it'd, like, I know, gacha systems, we get it, right? We understand that they're predatory, but it'd have to change, wouldn't it? It'd have to change. It'd either be like a standard 80 to 50-50, 160 to get the WotC, separate weapon banner, and all the benefits that come with the system we've got. I think I'll take them. You gotta pick and choose your battles, right? You know, at the end of the day. I think if you can't stand gacha, you just gotta stop playing gacha games, right? Gacha tribalism got worse over the years to the point that more known gacha CC shifted their content to fueling. Said, see, like for me, I'm totally cool with comparing games and being critical of games and downright saying you don't like something games. It's normal. We're gamers. I love speaking about video games, right? And I think we should be having conversations around video games. I'm somebody who enjoys it, right? And I love it when we have disagreements as well, because we're conversating about something I'm passionate about, and I have fun with that. It's just when we're in such a place now that, you know, people always have to go to the personal attack side of things, don't they? And a lot in the CC space now, they can't just keep it a disagreement to be like, you know what? Totally disagree with your arguments. And maybe even some of them are terrible arguments, but hey, yo, you're entitled to it, right? We're expecting too much, right? We're expecting to. And at the end of the day, I think we all fall foul of it now and again. We're humans, right? We're humans. Think Hypergryph is ready for a few million players? I hope so. You got to get to the dock for a checkup soon, though. I hate going. Oof. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with chat here, guys. I'm a little bit behind. Oh, really? I didn't know about that, Moose. I didn't know about that. There's only 2 region servers entirely to the game. It's going to be crashing left and right on launch. Twitchy, see, I don't know, because they did make a point in that interview. Remember that interview? They said, obviously, skins, I think, are a thing they will do, but the way it was worded, now it might have been a translation thing, but it kind of sounded like they're not planning anything yet. It's something they're not exactly working on. So it doesn't mean that saving them wouldn't be a bad idea, right? I don't know. As I said, I think I'm torn. I might be skipping the starting banners anyway. I honestly might. So, and I'm gonna buy the battle pass. So, you know, I might be, and I might buy a bundle here and there, to start off with. So, I might be in a good position, maybe. I'll play FGO, I'm fine with anything. I personally don't mind it since that's how it was when I pulled an OG Arknights, so I'll do the same if I end up playing Enfield daily. Yo, Kiari, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'll probably only use OG for the battle pass. Yeah, I respect you. You spend your OGs on the battle pass only, yeah. Exactly, Moose, yeah. And it's clear so many people are so invested in these games. And, you know, the bias, the sunk cost fallacy that people have, and a lot of the time the gacha space reminds me of like the console wars back in the day. It's interesting and it's hilarious. I must admit, I know we talk about it, yeah, but I do like sitting on the sidelines sometimes, eating my popcorn, watching people have meltdowns over this stuff. Said the servers early. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure that's not somebody just restreaming their beta access. I don't believe there's any early people playing, but I don't know. Maybe. I can't attest to that. As long as this AK banner doesn't have 2 6 stars on the same banner as the OG AK, I'll be so happy. Please let the actual limiteds be different. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm still interested to see if we'll ever see expansion or rotation of the standard banner. You know, I'm still interested because I do like my idea what I spoke about before of potentially like a rotating standard banner, like where units come in and come out of the pool every now and again. So limiteds are still kind of limiteds, but they have a semi-standard element to them where they come into there. So it allows people who've saved standards to maybe like, oh, I know in so many months Serta's going to go into the standard banner for so long, and I can use that time to grab her. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we? We'll have to wait and see. I suppose as the roster grows, we'll start to see the, you know, the fulfillment of their design choices, I guess. The Enfield stream starts 4 hours before maintenance starts. I don't get what you mean. As far as I'm aware, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I will change the time depending on, because I don't want to go too early. I thought the service went live 1 AM GMT time. So, literally 12.5 hours from now. Am I incorrect in that? I'm going off plus minuses. Little post that he put up and it got all the server times. 10 years, never spent money on any gacha games. Based. I respect you. Noticing game says 3 AM GMT. Oh, does it? Okay, because that was the same time that the beta went up, right? It went up at 2, though, didn't it? Yeah, that's what I was looking at as well, Rusandru. Okay. I don't know, then. Hopefully they'll put up a... Have they put up anything up on Twitter? We'll get started in a second. My bad, guys. I'm napping a bit here. Have they put anything up on the Twitter? You know, like a... an image tool to say when all the servers go live. Would help if I spelt Enfield correctly. Or not Enfields. Yeah, I don't think I'm seeing anything on their Twitter in regards to server times. But yeah, I'm going off the post that I saw Plus Minus put up. So obviously, I don't know where that post came from. I just saw it from Plus himself. And I've got it here. So, for London, United Kingdom, just says 1 AM GMT. 8 PM on the 21st for US Eastern Standard. And then 5 for West. Yes, I have pre-downloaded. I didn't notice, so I booted it up earlier, but I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't. Hold up, let me double check. 14 and a half hours. Is it on the launch or in-game? Is it on the launch or in the game, chat? Excuse me, I've got the sniffles. I've got the sniffles. Yo, BS, what's going on, dude? In game. Okay. Hold up. Let me just boot the game up and have a look here. Let me just have a little look. Okay. Maybe I'll knock my stream back an hour then. Maybe. Not really matters. I can just go live at it because I want to react to some stuff anyway. Check some stuff out. Anyways.
Arknights.
Bro, this it's still so fucking peak. Okay, here we go. News up top right, yeah. Official release details. 22 UTC -5. I always get confused with that shit, man. What is that? GMT? Yeah, it's 3 then, yeah. 3 AM, isn't it? Because UTC is GMT, right? So, yeah, 3 AM. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. I'm still going to go live when I did, though, just in case, you know? Because this is why a lot of devs do this, right? They'll have a set time, and then they'll go live a little early, specifically because it can help with the server slamming, right? Because everybody's like, right, 3 AM, ready to get on. It goes a little earlier, and the people who kind of just refreshing, they get in, and then slowly people start to, quickly, should I say, people start to jump in. I think it's best to log into the game after a couple of hours before it opens in case server crashes. Yeah, maybe. It reminds you how excited you was with the HSR loading screen, but it's even better. Yeah, it is a really good home screen. It really is. And you know another one that does a really good job at that? Silver Palace. I really like Silver Palace's home screen. Again, I agree, Moose. I agree. It's frustrating. Especially, like, for ages, I kept getting the UTC thing wrong. When it was minus, I was thinking it was the other way. So I was like, you know, 10 hours out. Haven't seen much about Silver Palace other than Cinderella 7 on. Yeah, you can let it do it for a while as well, which is fun. I like it. I genuinely, I'm more impressed. Let me just switch screens and get started, shall we, chap? Hello. So, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with Silver Palace. Like, don't get me wrong, it looked gorgeous and the setting is right up my alley. But I think when we first started to see combat, I was like, oh man, is this just going to be another rotation game, you know? Is it just going to be another rotation game? And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not against rotation games, but I'm just worried that we're going to have like a dozen gorgeous looking games that are all going to play the same. But after playing it and interacting with the combat, I quite like the combat. It definitely is a character switching game. But at the minute, it doesn't feel too similar. But the exploration for me is right up my street. It is right up my street. You can play from the Wii on your Silver Palace. Yeah. I think people still think I'm just shitting on Wii, right? But I wasn't. It's just like, you guys know my view on, like, the sort of things I like from exploration. And the reason I was bringing up Wuthering Waves was because the video that I made before, everybody had something to say about that. So it was just I just felt like after playing Silver Palace, it was like, oh, this is exactly what I was talking about. But I don't think that went over a lot of people's heads. And there was just like, heretic! He said bad things about Woo again, heretic! It's just like, you know, you can't win. You can't win, man. It's just how it is. Like, the thing is, it doesn't even matter, like, in videos, how much I say, I think Woo is genuinely a great game. Let me just talk about something I don't like. It's just like, you know, fuck you, dude. You what? You don't like it? Yeah, fuck you. I like that thing. Yeah. End of the day, it is what it is, right? It's expected. Even when I used to make Wuthering Waves content, anytime I made any sort of negative, like the whole conversation that's happening around the story now, if you go back to when I went on holiday, I made a video about that, and yeah, people wouldn't accept it. It's like it's starting to be a conversation that's being accepted now. I think sometimes in the Wither space, it just takes a little bit for people to start to reflect and go, actually, yeah, that is a problem. You know, I think they're just incredibly defensive, which for me, I don't get that. Like, you know, even though I shill Enfield, right? I just don't get defensive about video games. It just, you don't like it? All right, damn, doesn't affect me. As long as I have a bunch of unique stuff about them, I'm good. I'm just worried about NTE, but yes, I agree. NTE for me is, I want it to do well, right? I want it to do well, and I want it to be good, because obviously more good games are better, right? But do you know one of the biggest worries for me with NTE is when they really showed off the first car gameplay? I was like, oh man, them physics for the cars look rough. And as somebody who used to be a big GTA fan, and I like racing games as well, I think if you're going to have a city game and you're going to have vehicles in, you got to nail the physics. It's like, you got to, otherwise it just doesn't feel good to do. And yeah, I'm really worried that they're never going to get that. I haven't seen it since, so hopefully with this new beta, those worries get wiped away. But that's not the only worry, right? There's a lot of other issues that I feel like NTE might fall short on, but especially the combat as well. Like, I haven't played it yet, so I'll hold off. But from what I've watched of combat, I can understand people's criticisms around it. It makes sense, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I am with you on that one. It comes out at like 8 PM for you. Finally, something happens when I'm not asleep. Wait. Where in Europe are you for it to come out at 8 PM? Damn. We were playing when you don't suck soul enough 24/7, right? I categorize Rue as a bad game I happen to enjoy for a time. See, like for me, I think Woo is a good game. I do, genuinely. I do. It's just like any game, it's got its weak spots, right? But it's like you have heretical viewpoints if you speak on such things, right? You know. Yo, Dandy, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. The horse drifting is actually kind of fun. She's actually kind of fun. You don't like Uma? See, like for me, I understand that Uma is a good game, and I did enjoy it on launch, but it's just not for me. It's just not for me. I understand the good things about it, and it makes sense to me, and I get why people who like that like it. It just wasn't for me. I played a bit on launch, and I had fun with it, but I quickly come to the realization of this is a good little game. It's just not for me. It's just how it is, right? It's just how it is. It'd be boring if every game was for us, right? Because that means we've got a quite a focused, narrow-minded designing game philosophy. Weird 3.0 has been, for me personally, the best Weird patch ever. Never done this high completion percentage. Hey, yo! And again, I had a lot of people trying to tell me that, because I wasn't a fan of the exploration, that I was trying to tell people that they shouldn't enjoy it. I want people to enjoy it. And if 3.0, for the majority of the players, is good, I'm happy. I'm happy. At the end of the day, enjoying video games is what matters, right? And I'm not going to be that guy that's like, it should change for me. Change for me. You know? I don't expect that. Yeah, it's a wild on that one, isn't it, Shushi? Definitely. More good game is good. We support each. Exactly right. Yeah. I'm that type of person that doesn't look at it, and I know people think at the minute that if you're even slightly defensive or not defensive or positive around some of the elements of Enfield, you get in the bag. Like for me, I'm not that one person that's like, okay, I'm trying to build a community. I just like playing video games at the end of the day, and I've switched games multiple times over the years for my own detriment as a creator, right? At the end of the day, I just enjoy playing video games, and if I start enjoying something more, I'll just go play. And I want more games to be good. Like, I don't ever feel threatened of like, oh, I've got to attempt to put this down and attempt to make sure everybody else thinks the same as me. Comes out 9 PM for you, little toad. Where are you, out of curiosity? Are you NA, then, by any chance? Anti-Might Overshot? I think it probably will. Like, I feel a little bit bad for NTE, right? Because it felt like every time they had, like, a showcase of some sort or a trailer, like, Project Mugen, when it was, came along, and then Ananta, and then, like, recently Silver Palace and Enfield. It just feels like they come out and they're like, guys, look at this cool thing, and then they just get mugged by another game, and it's like, oh, I feel a little bit bad for them. Because, you know, people aren't really talking about it, are they? I'm sure on launch they will, though, you know? And again, hopefully I'll get in the beta. I hope I do get on the beta. Because, hey, look. It might be fucking great, right? Your personnel play, we were heavily on with vid research. Yeah. See, I was a day one player, daily as well, all the way up until 2.0. And then I slowly started, and a lot of people think I quit over the exploration. For me, it was just, I got bored of the end game, and events weren't living up to my expectations for them, and the story was just there, and I was just like, I become motivated, little by little, less and less each day, should I say, sorry, until the point where, you know, multiple days have gone by between logins, and actually felt better about not playing it. And then, yeah, I came back for 2.2, played that, and then was like, I think I'm gonna have a break. And then, obviously, I found Arknights and fell into this fucking rabbit hole. No, like, obviously, Canton, welcome to the stream as well. I won't be stopping Arknights. I'm gonna be continuing Arknights. Probably, obviously, tonight, Enfield. Tomorrow, it'll be Enfield. And if I stream over the weekend, it'll be Enfield. But I'll be back on Arknights properly on Monday. And then, after the initial, you know, window of the launch for me is, you know, done. Because I'm gonna bash the game. I'll get back to, you know, trying to split it down the middle sort of thing then. Because, yeah, I want to continue to play Arknights, man, because I love it. I do. I genuinely do. It's such a weird one for me. It still gets me now that I'm a fan of Arknights, because I don't fuck with tower defense games, and here I am at the moment. It's my favorite game to play. I'm in my house pics. Yo, Renegade, how's he going, dudes? How is he going? I find it interesting how Battlecast's sort of like cult following is very underrated. Didn't NTE get ratioed on Twitter on their pre-registration? I don't know, did they? What happened to NTE? Have you seen the new BA update in Japan? I have not, no. I haven't, no. When was the time we ignore games that we don't like instead of actively doing posting the game before launch, man? Missiles times. Yeah, it's currency now, right? It's attention. Attention is currency, right? Don't get me wrong. I have, you know, played my part, I guess, sometimes in, I suppose, doing posting. I don't feel like, mate, it depends, I guess. I suppose, did I doom post Stellasora? I don't feel like I did, because I genuinely was pissed. I felt like I got rug pulled, because I didn't play in the CC beta, I played in the beta before it. So like that, you know, the change of currency, that did piss me off. I suppose, I think probably the game that, I suppose it's fair that maybe I did doom post was Black Beacon. But that wasn't the game I was doom posting, it was just the management, right? You know? I think sometimes people can't separate that as well, can they? You talk about bad management of a game and people think you hate the game. But yeah, I suppose, I guess I did a little bit. But I knew it was coming, right? I was right, though. It didn't like I was talking shit, you know? I called Black Beacon from pretty early on that was going the way of the dodo. Yo, Jules, what's going on? Same. Can't wait. Beat chapter 15 today. No. Yeah, I got it. We'll smash Lone Trail in 30 minutes. Easy. Speed read. First time clear. Every stage. Done. And then, you know, what? 13, Babel, 14, 15. Yeah, we're good to go. No, this was my first tower defense game, and I haven't played another one since. Waking up at 4 AM will be rough, though. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. That's why I'm gonna try and get a little bit of sleep later. Get a little bit of sleep later, man. I get Rosie from work, and I'll try to sleep. It's easier said than done, right? Trying to go to bed at like 6:30 PM But I'm going to try. I'll jump up to bed. Try and get 3 hours maybe. Get up bed half 10. Come straight down. Get ready to go. Get ready to go. Get ready. You get to play Enfield at 4 PM today. Okay. So is it already 22nd for you then? I've sent something in React Smash. Try and see if you can spot what's wrong with the picture. So what's this? What did you say? Anomaly. Yo! Bro's back! Bro's back again? Dude's here for round 2. We're cooked. Chat. The PUBG World Cup, man. Dude took this moment to come back, did he? Hold up. I'm on the wrong freaking what to do. Why is oh man, why is OBS is so trash at the moment? It's my display cap is so balked. Hold up. That wasn't what I was supposed to show you. That wasn't what I was supposed to show you, by the way. There we go. That's what I was supposed to show you. Does anything look a bit off about this picture, guys? Okay, so we got the PUBG Mobile World Cup, right? Anything look a... There was something about divorce, I don't know. I must have opened up boxy fucking Edge, man. Piece of shit. I think it was on my my third monitor. I couldn't see. 5 Indian. Have a look at something else. Something else. Looks normal to you. Bro came back. That's how we can certainly say Enfield tomorrow. No longer Austrian, he's Indian now. Back for round 2. Fucking Hitler. Like, what the hell? Bro chose that as well, right? Bro chose that. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright. What's this? Interview with Lowlight about his philosophy of making Arknights Enfield. I think we've seen this, right? This is the one we've seen, right? Is it? Have you seen this one? Oh, no, I don't think we have we? Oh, maybe we'll watch this later. We'll watch this later. Have we got a... Yes, we have. Okay. We got CC. Yeah, I think we'll watch this later then. We'll watch this later. He wants that chicken dinner now. God lobbies in the early 2010s, yeah. Yeah, well timed, man. Well timed. Bro, especially on the PlayStation 3 back in the day, because the memory partition on the PlayStation 3, literally, there was no party chat back in the day on PlayStation 3. So it was hot mic lobbies, everybody, right? For everybody. So every single lob, like, it's kind of obviously it's a good thing to have party chat in games, right? But it's removed a lot of that in general on multiplayer games anyway, because of a lot of people tend to be, when they're playing with their friends, they're just in their party chat chatting to the friends, aren't they? But back in the day, you know, when people was on the Bluetooth mic earbuds that sounded like they were in a fucking Tesco carrier bag. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. I think that one's new. All right, then should we have a look at this? This is the one, right? Should we have a look at the Certa trailer, shall we, guys? Because I haven't seen these. Not gonna lie, I haven't watched any of the recent uploads, and most of them just from the stream. Now we got combat stuff, which, okay. Welcome home, Administrator. I want to watch this as well. I don't know what this is. New Horizons. We saw this. This was on the stream, right? Okay, so we'll check out these two. We'll check out these two because these are something new. Let me get rid of that. Get these tunes off a sec. Right then, should we go in? Apparently it's good because I must admit, from previous like trailers and stuff that we saw for Arknights, I was a little bit worried, specifically around we wasn't bringing over the quality in terms of like trailers and the aesthetic of all that sort of stuff into Enfield in regard to showing things off, because Arknights just does it so well. But actually, the live stream that we had, was it Friday? The release live stream, I think they killed it, right? Showing off the music, showing off the trailers that we got to see. It was clear. Okay, they were just waiting. So I'm excited about now, because one thing that I have been quite excited about for Enfield, what it's like post-launch stuff, event trailers, character trailers, lore trailers, update trailers, all those sort of stuff. Like I was a little bit nervous, but I'm not really nervous anymore. So hopefully this is another one that is a good one. So yeah, what is it? The Arknights Enfield Operator Story, Levitain the Awakening. All right, let's go. Give it a preemptive like as well. Let's do it.
They say
it's kind of corny. I'm okay with corniness.
Are the essence of who we are.
Finally getting Sertalor.
Our past selves.
Oh shit.
Woven through memory. Become who we are today.
The visuals are okay.
What about my memories?
Sorry to pause it straight away. This is what I was saying though, when it comes to the reconvener stuff, I really hope we get some stories around like the story of self and stuff, with like potential memories and stuff of previous incarnations and what that could potentially mean. Because I think there could be some really interesting, almost like introspective, melancholic stories around that sort of stuff that could be quite enjoyable for me.
From what I remember, I have no childhood. From what I remember, I am the curse, the ruin, the nightmare.
Music slaps.
But what else remains other than these?
Well, baby Serta, man. This is good, I like this.
Who am I? Truly. So, have you found the answer?
Oh my days. Royce.
Love watching you futilely struggle until the very end, gripped again by fate's hand.
Oh shit! You're a hand and chest. Okay, that's fire.
This is my awakening! If fate dares to grasp me, then I shall sever its hand. If these memories become my prison, then I'll burn them all to ash!
Dude, the quality of some of these effects are really good. Just like the explosion and stuff there. Levitain. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. if that's corny, I'm sold because I don't know, that was really good. That was really good. I mean, I'm here for it. Yeah, obviously, I know this is like a trailer, right? But dude, some of these, the fire and stuff, like the effects and stuff here, some of this looks fucking good, man.
This is a
Oof. Dude, that image there is like thumbnail level stuff there. I like this. I like this. Get to see a little bit of Surtur as a kid as well. See, for me, again, you know, through like potential like memories of reconveners and stuff, this is how, like, I'd love it us to be able to get like sort of flashbacks to Terra, you know, potentially seeing, even if obviously it's a big ass to say, oh man, even like, because in my head I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we could have like linear bits of gameplay where we do something through a memory and we're back on Terra and you could see certain things that we know and love and see it in 3D. But even if we don't get anything like that, because that's a massive ask that probably would never happen, right? In terms of a story beat, I mean, right, it's just a linear little thing you walk through or something. It's like, oh shit, remember this from Arknights? But I do hope it's used as like a vehicle to give us that sort of stuff. And again, as I say, I think we could have some really interesting stories through the use of the reconveners. I hope they don't overuse it in just, you know, for member berries. Like, here, look at the, remember this. I hope like they do it and it makes impact when they do it. But that being said, give me Lappy, right? Give me fucking Lappy, please. I will ignore everything I've just said there for Lappy and I'll swipe, okay? And maybe Inez and Ascalon as well. I'll forgive that. Whatever you do, even if you have to, even if you have to force them in, I'm here for it, okay? I'll ignore potential poor law reasons as well if I have to get those in the game. Most of the Surtur lore is in IS for some reason. The entire video was a wallpaper. If that's corny, I'm making corn soup later tonight, right? I like it even if it's corny. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a good one. That was good. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's what I was hoping for. That sort of stuff. So that's made me even more confident now in the sort of trailers and stuff that and I know it really, trailers don't mean shit, right? They're just marketing, they're advertisement. Well, they do it at the same time, especially if you're a fan, right? Because it's more immersion, I guess, to the game in a way, isn't it? A screaming face, bro, she's so fucking hot. This one is a big one because we never, never be able to tell those who are new players from the OG by seeing if they say Surtur or Levitate, right? Yeah, for me. Same with like Pog, right? Telega, you know what I mean? It's just, plus it's way easier to say. Both actually are way easier to say. I'll call what's it Ardelia though, Ajax, because that's just easy. Oh, just call her Ajax, but I quite like Ardelia. I like it. I do actually call her Ardelia. Give me Pepe. We know she got possessed by the demon and subdued it. Mostima Alta last. No. Masuma Alta first. But yeah. Like I say, I kind of really, it makes me want to pull for a more now, actually, now I've watched that. Because I still am undecided on whether to skip the starting banners. Unless, low light, I've been in the trenches recently, taking some AoE fire, heavy taunts, right? You know the 3-5 balls? Chuck her in there for me. I appreciate that. Chuck her in there for me. We'll be best buds. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still undecided. It's funny how all the Tory CCs call the operators by their AK names if they've really played OG AK. I'll skip till Nyan. See him in 7 years. Yeah, man. I'm genuinely excited. It's been a while since I've been this excited about a video game, which is kind of crazy because you've only got to go back a couple of years for me and my gaming journey. And if people had said, you know, would you play gacha games? Well, no, I'm playing that gambling trash. And here I am now, deep. I'm lost in the sauce, you know? But I am genuinely, like, at the moment for me, outside of Enfield, the other game that I'm most anticipated about is a game called Beta Decay. I'm just a little bit worried that Scope Creep's going to stop that ever launching because it's like one dude working on it, I think. That game I'm incredibly excited about as well after Enfield. And then I think maybe now, I am kind of excited for Silver Palace now, I'm not going to lie. It's more around the Silver Palace might become a game for me that I just enjoy exploration and I enjoy, hopefully, what will turn out to be a decent story because I'm really happy about how it seems like they're handling the MC in that game. it's so nice to have a game where we don't have dementia, we haven't lost our memory, and we have a vocal MC that seems like a character, and it's so good to have. I'm so happy about that. I don't know. Yeah, dude. If I do them 5 free pulls, I've got to go 115 then, right? Because otherwise, what am I doing? Plus, I need to get another 55 because I've been missing out on the 10, and then that's 15 on the next banner. It's like, I'm cooked. Yo, Skybird, what's going on, dude? See you in 12 hours. It's really fun to say for me for some reason. Yeah, it's a name for me that's just like my brain stops working when I try and say it. Didn't even know what a gacha was 6 years ago. So, like, obviously I knew about Genshin, because I think if you were a gamer, you kind of knew about Genshin, right? Because it was such a phenomenon that, like, but yeah, I remember seeing it. I mean, like, yeah, not interested. I don't want to play gambling games like that. And then, like I said, I tried Genshin. Because, like I said, this is why I don't have that love-hate relationship with Oyo. Because I started playing Genshin, and I kind of liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. And then I didn't quit Genshin. I just started playing Star Rail. And then I stopped playing Star Rail for WoW, and then I just started trying a bunch of different gacha games, and that's when I truly went down the rabbit hole that is gacha. Yeah, I agree with that as well, Moose. I hope it's something that they recognise off the bat, and at least I'll take it at the start if we start to piece together an MC that actually has a bit to them as we go. But I agree. I'm so over the self-insert, semi-silent or silent protagonist for me. And I get why some people like it, right? But for me, just tell me a good story and have good gameplay. I don't need to, like, if there's relatable characters, I can relate to them. I don't need to feel like, oh, that's me. You know, that, you know? So, yeah, I agree with that. Oh, no, it's definitely show that you can do memory loss protagonist, right? Hey, I'm not, like, I'm one of those people, right, that just because something's a trope, I don't write it off. It can be handled well, right? It can be handled well. Most of the time, it's not, though, right? And most of the time. And my worry is that maybe because Arknights is trying to, you know, go for a more general audience, that they will just go with a more of a blank slate character. And I hope not. And if they do it, I hope they at least do it well. Yeah. We'll see. I played Battlecat since I was a wee lad. I didn't know what gacha was back then. Yeah, it's. I think really since Genshin as well is that term becomes synonymous, right? Of like gacha games. Like I think most people just saw it as there were mobile games that you could like wish on, right? I'm sending meth while listening to your yap in the background schedule. It's so fun. What the fuck? We could turn into a love relationship with Genshin if you go back. I've genuinely contemplated hopping back on from time to time. I don't know. You know what? Maybe we will one day. Maybe we will. Maybe that'll be a fun week of streams, you know, going back and jumping into Genshin and trying to get back into it. Because, as I say, I kind of stopped after I finished Inazuma. It was, yeah, right after, actually. I don't think I started any of the new region. I completed Inazuma. And as I say, my entire playthrough of Genshin, I had fun. I did. I had fun. Like, and that's why I suppose, like, for me, I guess I don't have like Hoyo PTSD. Do you know what I mean? Because I never really had like that experience with them. And as somebody who like probably spent 30 quid on Genshin when I played it, probably spent 40 quid on Star Rail. So I never spent money on them really. I didn't really, and I probably spent about 50 quid on ZZD, but I didn't really start spending on gacha games till WoW. And even then, through a year and a bit of Wuthering Waves, I spent, well, a year, let's say, just short of a year actually, wouldn't he? I spent like, what, 200 quid? Which, in the grand scheme, is tiny, right, isn't he? Still a lot of money, but... one thing needed to be mentioned is they need to make stories that are separate from the MC. Yes. Look, this is what the Wuthering Waves community is starting to figure out, right? That, as I said, my analogy for Wuthering Waves is that it's like walking through an office building with automatic lights, right? The switch off behind you, the switch on around you, and in front of you is darkness and behind you is darkness and nothing exists outside of that. And I agree with that. I want, for me, a good part of like world building doesn't just come from lore and political history and all this sort of stuff. It comes from, you know, a cast of characters that interact with you, interact with each other, and feel like stuff's happening when you're not there, right? And it seems like people are starting to realise that we will, and I do hope that we see that in this game as well, because I know it works in Arknights. So, and of course, we're not going to see the grand scale of Arknights, but hopefully we do get we do get some of that in Enfield, because it would be a little bit disappointing if we don't. Definitely agree with the mainstream audience worrying and what they put out points in the direction. I'd be shocked if Enfield could reach the heights of Arknights at some point due to that. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see, right? I guess because it is one of those things, right? You know, when you niche, you're only ever really going to be niche. Although Arknights still makes stupid money, right? You're only ever going to be niche, but you can attract people who love what you're doing. You can attempt to break out and try and please as many people as possible, but typically when you do that, you know, you not that you don't end up pleasing anybody, which can happen, but you get less people who are really attached because, you know, you're trying to do it for everybody, which I can understand them attempting to do. And at the end of the day, the game is requiring such a budget, they've got to try and, you know, paint a wide brush, haven't they? I don't judge them for that. It's just, we'll wait and see. I guess the thing will be to look back in 6 to 12 months, right, and be like, you know what, I think they pulled it off right. Because we might, you know, look, we might be here in 12 months' time saying, yo, they fucked it up, boys. I hope not, but maybe. Where is Rover story nothing more except, yeah. That's, you know, and I don't even expect Wuthering Waves to change anymore. When I was playing the game for quite a while, I spoke about my points of, like, things I'd like to see change. It's just not how it is, right? It's just not how it is. It's like expecting, you know, after seeing the scope of the storytelling in Arknights now, being like, man, the game needs voice acting. Of course, it'd be amazing if it did. Ain't going to happen though, right? So it's like, you know, and I mean in terms of the novel side of things, it's like, just is what it is, right? You accept it for what it is, and yeah, I've kind of come to that point with Wuthering Waves in terms of the story. That's why you never really hear me, like, I've made videos critiquing 3.0 and exploration, but you won't hear me really talking about the storytelling anymore, because, yeah, you know, they've got a story they want to tell, and it's what they want to tell, right? A game for all is a game for none, yeah. Well, it's an old saying, innit, you know? Try and please everybody, you end up pleasing nobody. When an niche little player base gets betrayed, it almost never ends well. Yeah. I enjoyed that a lot before, just kind of quit because I got busy. Arknights revenue was pretty impressive, both for it. Yeah, it's fucking insane when you think about it, right? It's heavily carried by China, though, right? China is like, it's just so huge in CN, right? It's just so huge in CN. When issue with the Weaver story only began after Cheese Out. Yeah, see, because I didn't do 2.8. Because obviously, I stopped at 2.2, and then I made my video being a bit critical on what I thought the bike was going to do to exploration. And the first video, obviously, it was a shit video I made, right? I followed it with, I think, better videos. But a good point that I think people was fair to say was, bro, you ain't even played it yet, man. You know, maybe play it and then have a point. And I was like, you know what, that's fair. So I just skipped everything and went straight to 3.0 just to have a play around with the bike and stuff. So, yeah, a lot of people were saying that to me as well, man, that you'd probably be even more pissed if you'd have played 2.8 and seen how Chisa was handled. Because that's a big factor now that people are talking about, right? She was just kind of like, yeah, whatever now. But that's kind of like Wooer's thing, isn't it, really? We talk about the hot stuff, and when it's not hot anymore, it gets dropped. JB is about as much as Cheese. I haven't looked at those numbers in a long time, so I might be totally off. Well, I think it looks like JP are genuinely having issues with the storytelling in Wuthering Waves now, according to people like Ryuku Sensei and stuff. Bruce story has been mid since one. See, like, do you know where I really enjoyed the story? I enjoyed 2.0. I did. I think like it felt like we were going. Oh, we're starting to see, you know, a bit more of a world building going on. We're starting to see moving parts. We're getting a bit of a grand thing going on now, in terms of like world scope, if that makes sense. But 1.1 for me, man. 1.1 was brilliant. I think 1.1 for Wuthering Waves for me. I had a blast with it. I'm biased because I'm a big Jinsey simp, right? I am a big Jinsey simp, but 1.1 I thought was great. I think I think it was a fun time for me. Yeah, that's probably my favourite part. 2.0 was good as well. Yeah, 1.1 for me. I think they did a good job with 1.1. Didn't care for anything before 2.0. To be fair, a lot of people feel the same. A lot of people feel the same. You're not alone like that. And the way I think about it, I feel like 2.0 was kind of like the soft relaunch for We Were Right. I think that's where they finally got to the point where, like, right, after decimating the story pre-launch, ripping it apart and starting again, it was them kind of getting to that back to the starting point, right? Yeah, you're not the only one I've heard say that, but I really like 1.1. Like, for me, when we first started, I was like, okay, I'm interested. And then obviously the middle part of 1.x was fucking rough. I think it ended decently. Wasn't spectacular, but I think it ended quite decently. And then, yeah, 1.1 for me, I really enjoyed. I quite like 1.4 as well, actually. I think it's more that we got to spend a little bit more time with, what's her fucking face? What's her name now? It's Camellia. He's right, yeah. Spinning top chick. But yeah, 2.0 as well. I think 2.0 was good. Yeah, I think 1.1 for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Go through the story and skip all the hype cutscenes, and you realise how the story. Well, I do think Wooer is the hype moments do a lot of heavy lifting. They do. I think it's fair to say. 1.3 was very popular, but I felt like Shorekeeper's story. Yeah, I had issues with the pacing with Shorekeeper's story. Right, it just all felt a little bit forced at the end. Right, it was like you know, a little bit more of a build up. I would have took it a little bit better, but it just felt like they were like, really got to shove this in your face now without it feeling earned. I read the thumbnail. Does this mean you quit Arknights? No. It's just the last stream before Arknights stream before Enfield. Nah, don't worry. We ain't going nowhere with Arknights, bro. I enjoy the game too much. Skip the story. There is no story. Funny enough, during that time, Babel was running, so the disappointment for me doubled. Oh, okay. All right. Their disastrous launch or some else people. It left a sour taste in the mouth. Yeah. See, like, I was quite lucky. Like, when we were first dropped, right, didn't have an issue. Like, I've got a quite high end PC, right? I'm on a 4090, 13900K. Game ran perfectly fine for me. So, when we was getting all those free asteroids and temples, I was just like, oh, this is sweet. I'm getting free shit and having fun. So it was a good launch for me, actually. People complaining about the game being broke and bugs and not running well on mobile and translation issues with Jian's sword and stuff. And I'm sitting there going, hey, free currency, man, I'll take it. But obviously, I know that was, a lot of people were having issues. So, yeah, if I was, I'd probably felt the same. But yeah, I was having a good time, man. I was having a good time on launch. Which drama was that, Grim? Which drama was that? I only see that build up like they could have had events that slowly led to Black Shores. I think we were as a lot of that anyway, right? I think sometimes build up doesn't really have the build up necessary. I think there's a lot of throwaway stuff in Wooer as well, which is a shame because there's some really potentially interesting plot points and characters in Wuthering Waves, but they do run on this is the new banner, this character has to take precedence over everything, and not just that, it's to the detriment of other stuff as well, right? I think, and it's not the only gacha game that does that, right? A lot of gacha games have this issue, hey, look, I really hope Enfield doesn't do that. 2 seconds, guys. He's just Rosie, letting me know that there's bloody more temporary lights by her work. So Yay! Traffic. All right, let's watch this then, shall we? This is only a short one. Welcome home, administrator. I don't know what this is, so let's go. Let's go. That's what it is.
Dijon Standard Operation Cycle Summary Report generated. Operational orbit calibration complete. Primary proto-rig load nominal.
Oh, is that Talos? I was about to say that. Is that a Dyson sphere?
Awakening sequence activated.
Was that a speedometer of a motorbike? Was that a speedometer of a motorbike? Chat, I'm gonna crash out.
It's been quite a while.
Pulse rate increase detected and tagged as abnormal physiological.
The bike is inevitable, man.
I'll be standing right by your side.
Warning. Logic center decision-making capabilities may be compromised.
Welcome home.
Sounds like a gacha player, that does.
Administrator.
Right? That sounds like the description of a gacha player, chat. Warning, logic center decision-making capabilities may be compromised. I've got to pull 60 times to get free 10 pulls. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's free 10 pulls, chat. It's free real estate. Yeah, it was just Rosa let me know that, because one thing in the UK that's a consistent, right, is roadworks. And it seems like the route to Rose's work is constantly plagued by roadworks. Yeah, it's right outside. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the arse later. Yay. Yay. Love it. Love it. Intel, Iris, can run it up to 45 FPS stable. Hoping your Ryzen 7 4000 can run the game. I'd be interested to see that actually, right? Because obviously being on Unity, we know it's running on what, older iPhones, right? Be interesting to see the actual state of the game on like mid, low end PCs. As I say, the beta for me ran like butter at 60 FPS. We'll have to see if that's the case at 120. I'm hoping it's going to be all right. Like I say, I'm on a 4090 and a 13900K. I have undervolted my CPU though, because obviously my CPU's like the failure rate on them's really high because of the standard voltage, causing them to overheat. But yeah, I'll have to see, man. You guys will have to let me know. RTX 5050 gives me 5050. Look at Enfields. Minus 10 potholes, oh. Yeah, dude, potholes as well are ridiculous. Rule of thumb is you can play, we were at 30 FPS if you can play Enfield at 45. But you should see the roadworks here in the Philippines. The road isn't even broken. And yeah, that's the same with us. Like, dude, the town by me, right, through the main part of the town, over the period of about 3 months to 4 months, right, they dug the road up in the one spot, did what they got to do, dug it up again a couple of weeks later, same place over and over and over again. Now, they're probably doing something, but like, I genuinely believe my local council's on the take. I do. I think palms are being increased. I really do. I think it's like, you know what? The roadwork companies need some work. They're like, look, we'll get you the work. Slip me a couple of freaking G's under the table. We'll get that okayed, right? Because it's insane the amount of work that's been going on round by me. It's actually ridiculous. I think they make it run on potato PC just because it means more players. It would make sense, right? It definitely makes sense. Different project. Yeah, it probably is, right, but just the cynic in me is just like, you know, councils being shit. What's this? I got to go and community on Reddit with him, right? Oh, is this what he was on about? I don't know if I ever remember this. Oh. I mean, so the problems in the game. What was it to do about the Is it do about the it's all the problems in the game. Centuries Onigiri, Manko is number one priority. Heard they backlash from CM Bros. Oh, change that. I haven't seen the confirmation of it. Another example of them just changing things. The drop of a hat. His design was in the game for years, so I don't understand why it had to be changed. But what he did in CBT was full furry during CBT, which is already an unpopular design choice. Furthermore, in CBT story, which I didn't play and just heard about, he comes in, steals your kill, and tells you, "Well, you still here?" And obviously, the CM players didn't take this aggression well. It's just about the outfit change. Was it? He's got supposed to be able to take his pants off in the bathroom. Yo, dude, I'm going that sort of stuff all the time in games, and you know, like when they got over designed outfits. I'm like, bro, it must take them hours to get up in the morning. Yeah, it must take hours to get up in the morning. Like I remember having these conversations with people regarding like characters in Arknights, right? You know, characters with tails. I'm like, a toilet's designed specially for them. You know, and surely chairs would be designed in a way that like allow the tail to sit behind them. Like, you know, you'd want like chairs designed in that way ergonomically for tails and such. Or like if the toilets were normal, you're going to be reverse cowgirl, you know, on the toilets. Yeah. Forget buying a single fan cooling pad. It's not good. For laptops. Are we talking laptops? Yeah. People with high-end PC still get a warning on the way to check is on release. Yeah, like what I tend to have to do, like I had to do it with Silver Palace. I have to do it with quite a few games actually because I'm anal about freaking CPU temps, right? Now, my CPU is, it's good to go to like 90 degrees, but I like my CPU temps to be like high 60s, low to mid 70s. And I've got a Corsair 700D airflow case. But I still see temps hitting like 80s, mid 80s sometimes on certain games. So I'll just take the front glass panel off, I will, and I'll put my room fan on in the corner, so it's like blowing towards my PC, so it's getting a nice airflow to it, and the temps drop like 20 degrees. Like it's not my CPU, it's like the actual airflow in the case, like, and yeah, I get super paranoid about it. I do. I get super paranoid about it. But yeah, usually does me good for me temps there, like. But I've got a really good yeah, I use a fan as well, yeah, because I'm only worried about like pumping dust through, but I do I've got a good extraction through the back as well, and I do clear it out quite regularly actually. I have it's just that the 13900K and the 1400, them notorious for being hot. Like they've got a 50% failure rate on those CPUs now. That's why like I've undervolted it through the BIOS, so like it max volts now at like 1.4, because that was what was causing it. You know, is the voltage will go up and they just fry. They just fry. So like it's undervolted now. It's still it's a beast. It is a beast CPU though. Like it's more than enough for everything, but it does run a little bit warm. Taking the front panel off and having the fan on definitely does seem to help. You got a Ryzen 5 7600. Yeah, I've ordered a new PC actually. I've got a new streaming PC coming because my streaming PC is an 8086K with a 1080. That PC's been such a freaking trooper for years, but I've got a Ryzen 9 9950X with a 5060 coming. So I'm gonna dedicate all my streaming to YouTube from the CPU and just have the GPU to stream to Twitch. Yeah, my GPU's always cool actually. It's like right now. I've got a bunch of tabs open, so like my CPU's sitting at like 60, but it's just a warm CPU. Like I say, I always aim to keep it below mid 70s when I'm gaming. Is it worth buying a pre-built PC? Right? It depends, right? It depends. Like, for me now, I can't be arsed with building PCs, right? And two, for the little bit extra you pay, especially with the price of components now, I got quite lucky. Like, I think the build I got, I think they're honouring a lot of the prices they bought stuff at prior. So I'm getting most of the components at a decent price. The only ones that have really gone up through where I got it was the RAM, which are just ridiculous. But yeah, the price point for me, I'm not too mad at it actually. But I wanted to do it now because I was like, RAM prices have already gone through the roof. We're looking at now potential shortages on SSDs. GPUs, we're looking at a potential 50% increase over the rest of the year. I would imagine CPUs are probably going to follow. It's getting ridiculous, right? It's getting ridiculous. So like I'm at that point now where I'm like, I can take, pay a couple of quid, 100 quid extra, right? I don't have to worry about that first time of making sure the PC posts for one. And then you've got parts warranty and you've got labor warranty as well. So you just end up getting a little bit more cover, It's up to you at the end of the day. You can definitely go cheaper with a home built PC, right? But it's like if you're talking a massive, if you can get your parts insanely cheap, right? Let's say you can save $1,000 on a PC. Yeah, definitely go pre-built yourself, right? I mean, home build it. Sorry, but if you're talking a couple of $100 quid, for me, I'm like, I'll take the hit. Got the extra warranty, peace of mind. Yeah. Depends if you're handy with people. Well, yeah, true as well. The most difficult thing when it comes to PC buildings, it's keeping your wires tidy. That's the hardest thing, because usually when I do anything myself, looks semi-decent from the front, and then it's just a rat's nest, right? It's just a rat's nest. So yeah. 5090 will cost $5,000. Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? It's insane. That's ridiculous. All right, then. I think we really should get into it, right? I did want to check out. I wanted to check out. Was it Renegade's video? Renegade made a video, didn't you? Made a video for a tier list. Should we check this one out? Chat, should we check this one out, shall we? As somebody who's probably going to be skipping open banners, we'll see. I think maybe. I haven't seen the cookie video, no. Cable manager hardly know her. I mean, it's like a fat one and a hot there. Okay. Yeah, apparently have they started doing DDR3 RAM again? How long's the cookie video? How long is the cookie video? It's like, is it the one about the gacha? I'm not gonna lie. I'm at that point now where I'm over the gacha conversation, if I'm honest. Maybe we'll watch it later, maybe. 30 minutes, right? You know what I'm like, man, they'll turn into 2 hours. It'll turn into 2 hours, that will. Right, dude, I'm telling you, that's what I'm thinking about with this PC. I'm like, man, it's fucking gold at the minute. Having RAMs now, like having Bitcoin in 2011, right? Hey, fuck. Alright, let me get rid of the... Oh, shit, actually, that's what I went to show you guys as well. Hold up. This was the post that I saw from Plus Minus. So, yeah. But according to the game, this is out by 2 hours, right? Because UK says 1 a.m., but the game's saying 3 a.m. So, obviously, I think it's probably best to go off what the game says. Or maybe these are like when maybe the servers actually go live, maybe with an hour or two in front. I don't know. Or this is just all out of whack, I don't know. But it's gonna be 1 a.m. for me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I guess I'll be live around 11 anyway. I'll be live around 11, man. Bro, that 11-hour stream was insane. He turned into it. What for his for that video? Yeah. Alright, check out this then from your boy Renegade. 6-star operator tier list before you re-roll plus full kit breakdown. Arknights Enfield. Who is actually even thinking about re-rolling out to Curiosity? Because I never re-roll. I never re-roll, guys. Yo, Squiggy, thanks for the sub. It's just not a thing I do. If I get a shit unit or not the units I don't want, usually most launch units are not gonna dictate your account, are they? So I just you know, I move on, man. I'll move on.
It gets quite hard to decide which operators are best to use both in early and endgame scenarios. In this video, I will be ranking them based on their performance and ease of use, and as well as explaining why they rank where they belong.
Okay.
But just before any of that, I also need to explain that this guide is mostly going to be catered to casual players who just wants to have a team to play around, so we're not going to be talking about numbers and such.
Okay.
And I know there are some people who's gonna get
easy
mad
use
that
is,
their favorite
I
operator.
think easy use is a thing that's massively overlooked sometimes, right? In gacha games as well. Of course, like, you know, if you're a sweat lord, you want to fucking optimize the fuck out of your game, right? Which, you know, is what it is. But you know, I think a lot of people overlook ease of use sometimes. You know, maybe I might not get these numbers, but I can consistently get something that's not far off with much less work. And there's something to be said about that.
There is ranked low, but
waifu quality is always more important than meta to me. Yeah, for me, it's always about waifu, fun, and
let's start
then
with Ardelia, since
and then
everyone
meta.
will be getting her for free along with her weapon if you complete the 14-day daily sign-in event.
I agree.
Ardelia
I agree.
is a
Ignore.
supporter operator
It is a
and so
burnout
far
speedrun.
one of the
Yeah.
best healer operators in the game as long as you build her stats right. Ardelia doesn't offer much DPS potential when it comes to her kit, but as a supporter operator, she mostly shines on serving as a catalyst for your other DPS operators by triggering corrosion forcibly without having to use other elements to trigger corrosion with her combo skill. Her combo skill can chain into other operators' combo skill. One famous example is Levatane's combo skill. She's extremely useful for both early and endgame with her healing capabilities, just as long as you focus building on her stats on will, since her healing ships that you pick up scales off her will stat. As for ease of use, she's quite tricky when it comes to triggering her combo skill, since the condition of triggering is that your controlled operator must perform a final strike on enemies without status ailments, so you're gonna have to put in your team an operator that either consumes elemental infliction or vulnerable stacks.
I'm trying to think of my team now. What was he? Was it Ardelia, Enmin, 12F, and Arknights? No, it was Perlica, right? I think it was Ardelia, Perlica, 12F, Arknight, and that team worked quite nicely, actually.
But since she's a healer, I'm gonna be putting her on A tier.
Okay.
Last right is a Cryo Striker operator, which means she enjoys consuming Cryo Infliction stacks. She deals so much damage to single target enemies, however, her combo skill also does hit enemies within close proximity when executed. However, the chance of you being able to do so is quite low, considering the team that Last Right wants to be on is a mono cryo team. She's a great unit for early to end game, however, your time to kill or TTK does go down the drain when faced with multiple enemies with decent stats. As for her ease of use rating, her combo skill is pretty straightforward. You just need to spam her battle skill and make sure you perform final strike on the same enemy 3 times in a row, since her battle skill only inflicts cryo infliction.
Wait, have we got a site for all this stuff already? Does anybody know? Because I never got round to, like, obviously I only looked at the kits in the beta of characters that I got and I was using, and I never played with Last Right, so I ain't got a clue about her stuff. But have we got a website for all this already? Out of curiosity.
When you successfully perform a final strike on an enemy. While you can use Last Right to do all of that on her own, it's not an ideal way to play, since you're gonna want to be able to spam her combo skill as much as possible, because her combo skill cooldown is quite low, which is why she really likes to be on a team where you can dish out cryo inflictions left, right, and center. And for that reasoning alone, I'm gonna put her on low S tier, since it's easy to form a team around her, but performing optimal combo skill rotation is quite a lengthy process. Ember is a heat defender operator, however, it's such a scam giving her an elemental affinity when her kit is mostly designed around physical. I don't know why they bothered with elements for her. Ember, while being able to dish out quite a bit of damage with her skill, is not an ideal operator to be controlling.
Operator updated their page as well, have they?
Gets
Nice one.
triggered when
Nice
your
one, appreciate
controlled
it, guys.
operator takes damage. Now, that doesn't mean she's a bad operator, however. Her ult is an AoE skill that deals damage
for me,
to nearby enemies while
she's definitely got a use cases, right? And she looks fucking awesome. I didn't really vibe with Ember's style, if I'm honest. Yeah, it was just like, wasn't really for me. I kept trying to use her, but I was just like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe as we start to get more units come out and I do play a little bit more around with other team members, and we start to play around with team building, maybe I'll find her a bit more enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. It's not really for me.
Also giving all your operators a shield that scales off Ember's max HP. So it's ideal for you to build her with strength stat in mind.
Yeah.
So far, based on her kit, we can see that she's mainly used to be support, but her DPS capability is there. It's just not optimal because of the nature of greatsword users having slow attack speed. Her ease of use, however, is definitely straightforward that even players with the smoothest of brains can figure out how to use her, because getting hit in this game is quite easy to do.
Yeah.
Either you deliberately
Perfect
get
for me when
hit,
you think about it, but yeah, I don't know, it just didn't vibe with me.
or you dodge too late. Her compatibility on arts-based team is non-existent because all of her skills deal raw elemental damage and does not inflict any elemental infliction. However, her compatibility with physical-based team is quite high, and for that, I'm gonna be putting Ember on B tier. Li Feng is a physical guard operator, and let me tell you, physical teams in this game go crazy.
We're doing defending knights in Enfield.
Videos from Shell absolutely destroying bosses using physical teams, and that's just because of how physical statuses work in this game. Li Feng's battle skill trigger is when your controlled operator performs a final strike
Physical
on an
does seem
enemy
really
with
strong, though.
either physical susceptibility or breach. You might be asking where you're gonna get those two physical statuses from. Well, for breach, Pogranichnik is your answer, but let's say you don't have him. Luckily, Li Feng's battle skill actually applies physical susceptibility if you use his battle skill on an enemy that doesn't have vulnerable stacks, because if the enemy struck by the last hit of Li Feng's battle skill has no vulnerable stacks, it applies physical susceptibility instead, so it's really easy to trigger his combo skill even without Pogranichnik on
Yo, Dr. P!
This ult is also a great source of
How's it going,
vulnerable
fella?
stacks, since it applies one stack of vulnerability on activation and then another stack of vulnerability at the end of the ult duration. That gives a total of 2 stacks of vulnerability as long as the enemy...
I didn't have the time to game as I really would wanted to throughout the beta. And throughout the beta, I was like, oh, fuck, man, I just want to play more. I'm actually genuinely happy that I did it now. Because I'm not the type of person, because I played the first beta and the second beta. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because I didn't even get to Wuling, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I can just enjoy it on launch now. And I can start to learn more on the launch rather than having it all locked in. Because I'm never going to be the dude that's going to be making guides, right? That's just not my kind of... It's not me. It's not me. There's so many better people out there for ingesting that info and being able to put it out better. People like Renegade and other people will do really good jobs of it, I'm sure. So I don't really need to do that. But yeah, I'm actually really glad I did now. So I can lock in. Because I am that type of person. I can't play a bit of content in an alpha, a beta, a second beta, and then enjoy it on launch, because I'll feel like, fuck, man, I'm sure I've done this before, So I'm kind of happy I did that now, actually. At the time, though,
the more vulnerable stacks you have on
I just wanted to play.
If you have someone like, let's say, Dapan...
Well, the game says 3 AM for me, Madal.
You can deal a lot of damage with the
It's the same 1 AM.
Especially if the enemy has physical susceptibility that gives debuff to enemies so that they take more physical damage.
Now, I was having a look, Renegade, because I didn't play it as much as I would have liked to, so... Well, saying that, but at the same time, I'm glad. But, yeah, I never played with him, I never played with Last Right, so I'm learning stuff.
Very easy to make a team around Li Feng when
got a cool
he's
sick
a controlled operator or a support, which is why he's going on mid S tier. Pogranichnik, my man, the man of the hour. He's a physical vanguard operator, and he's quite a desirable operator to have because of the
physical team is really strong. Again, and that's what probably on launch. That's what I'm gonna go for. We'll see. We'll see about if we skip the first banners, but I think I want to try and build a physical team around him, and I don't mind going with the Chen, Enmin, Japan team maybe, and then for Ardelia, go Ardelia, Perlica, 12F, Arknight. That team was kind of working nice as well. The physical, obviously, it's insane. But I don't mind having those as my first 2 teams off the bat.
Aside from performing final
You're calling him
strikes or
Helipod.
finishers to recover SP, Vanguards generate SP with their kit. I mentioned earlier during Li Fang's explanation that Pogranichnik is your source for
I used to do
breach,
that on
and
Call of
that's
Duty
because
launches,
his
I
battle
did.
skill applies breach. However, what is breach? In a way, it's the same as physical susceptibility. The only difference is that breach can be made stronger the more vulnerable stacks you consume when applying breach. Also, because he is a Vanguard operator, his battle skill also recovers SP based on the number of vulnerable stacks consumed, but it needs to be Pogranichnik that consumes
It definitely had quite a bit of material consumption, but that's all been changed now, right? So be interested to see what it's like on launch.
vulnerable stacks. If you have someone else consume vulnerable stacks, then it doesn't recover SP. His combo skill gets triggered when Crush or Breach consumes vulnerable stacks, so the moment you consume vulnerable stacks with his battle skill, his combo skill follows up for you to use.
Yeah.
However, it's better if you wait until you have 4 stacks of vulnerability because his combo skill will turn into an enhanced combo skill if you're consuming 4 stacks of vulnerability.
Yeah, it looks nice
His
as well.
ultimate skill, however, is quite tricky to use if you don't take advantage of physical statuses. On activation, you gain 5 points of Steel Oath, and when you apply a physical status on an enemy, whether it's doing Crush, Breach, Knockdown, Lift, or just stacking vulnerability stacks, you consume 1 point of Steel Oath and summon 1 Shield Guard to harass your target, dealing physical damage and recovering
Never had that
SP
problem in
on each
Arknights.
Shield Guard
Keep
summon.
on forever, boys.
When the last Steel Oath point is consumed, all 4 Shield Guards will initiate an
All this
assault
going on
that
mad, by the
deals
way.
massive physical
To be fair, like with Pog and Ardelia, I get it right, but at the same time, I'm still trying to remember now. I'm like, I've still got to remember my battle skill timing and stuff now. I'm thinking through my team. I ended up triggering his combo skill now after using Japan. I think I'm gonna have to relearn everything anyway because I've got a shit memory. So,
damage to the target while recovering plenty
which I
of
don't mind.
SP.
Again,
So
I'm gonna
on the
enjoy
duration
learning
of
everything
Pogranichnik's
on launch.
ultimate,
I can't
it's
wait,
best
man.
to
I
start
can't
stacking
wait.
vulnerability because this way you're constantly summoning shield guards and stacking vulnerability at the same time. And since you need 5 physical statuses to complete the ultimate chain, you're gonna end up with an enemy with 4 stacks of vulnerability that you can then use to consume to deal more damage using
Yeah.
Crush or Breach, or the Pan's combo skill. We'll get to that in the next video.
What was that?
As for ease of use, you kinda have to fulfill a lot of
Was that
conditions
your video?
to
Was that me?
capitalize on the effects of his kit, especially on SP recovery. And with the nature of being a Vanguard operator, that just bumps his importance by a lot, so I can confidently say that Pogranichnik is a must-have, which is why I'm putting him on high S tier.
Bro, is that my MSI MSI center?
And with the nature of being a Vanguard operator, that just bumps his importance by a lot, so I can confidently say that
Thanks, my MSI
Pogranichnik is a
center.
must-have, which is why I'm putting him on high S tier. Now, for the Administrator, your very first 6-star that you get in the game. Administrator is very straightforward to use. Admin is a DPS unit, and you can also use her as a controlled operator or support.
Bro's getting doxed live.
Admin's combo skill triggers when another operator deals damage with combo
I think it was,
skills and
I think it was my
attaches
MSI
Originium
center.
crystals to the enemy and temporarily seals them. When the Originium crystal shatters, you deal an additional physical damage on top of the damage you do. It's best to shatter the Originium crystal as soon as possible using another source of physical damage based skill, since they can only be sealed for a short period of time. Now, why bother using another source of physical damage based skill instead of Administrator's battle skill? That's because Admin's battle skill deals crush damage, and crush takes advantage of vulnerable stacks, so the more vulnerable stacks...
Yeah, we was looking in the game earlier. I think I probably ended up just going live at that time. We can get set in, and it's probably a good chance the server's going to go live an hour before that, right? Because they did in the last beta, and I'm pretty sure they did in the first beta as well.
on the enemy, the more damage you deal.
But
That doesn't mean to
we'll
say
see,
that you
we'll
can
see.
use Admin's battle skill though. It's not mandatory to stack vulnerability, but it's more rewarding if you do stack it and use a skill that consumes vulnerability stacks like Crush or Breach. Admin's ultimate deals massive physical damage to all enemies within a fan-shaped area, and if the enemy you use your ultimate on already has Originium crystals on them, the Originium crystal shatters and deals 1 more hit of physical damage. So going back to the combo skill, if you
I'm gonna have a couple of hours later,
the
and then
Originium crystals,
yeah, I
you
plan
deal 1
to
more instance
just
of
play for a good
physical
few
damage
hours.
on top of
Lock
your skill
in, man. We're
damage.
locking
But
in.
If you use Endman's ultimate
And then,
to shatter the Originium crystal,
I might
you can
have to
deal
get
an
Woody's
extra hit
Ashes
of physical
Thursday
damage,
daytime.
totaling to 4 instances
We'll see.
of physical damage.
And then I'll stream again.
For ease of use,
I'll stream again in the
Endman
evening.
is your run-of-the-mill DPS unit. You can deal massive physical damage, but you have to rely on other operators to trigger their combo skill before you can chain back to Endman. During the early game, the characters you get for free like Perlica, Chen, and Wolfguard synergizes well with Administrator, so with that, I'll put Administrator on A tier. From this point on, I'll be talking about the last 3 6-star operators that you can only acquire through Gacha, and let's start with Gilberta.
Okay.
I mean, Gilberta, according to Supa. I'm being held at gunpoint right now, so if you have problems with the pronunciation, take it up with Supa. Gilberta is another nice nature supporter who specializes in crowd control. Gilberta also heals with her skills, but it's conditional because you need to hit at least 2 or more enemies with both her battle skill and combo skill, so she's definitely not your go-to when it comes to healing when you are fighting bosses.
Yeah.
But she's great with dealing with a bunch of
Jolly
mobs in one
Berta.
sweep. With that said,
Super
her
Slander in
healing
the
is quite
big
decent, but
2026.
again, it's
We're gonna try and take the meme over into Enfield, right? Yeah. Gotta somehow turn him into the most hated Enfield CC. Well, to be fair, that might be hard with see if Saint starts to play the game, because I think he might be taking that fucking name.
stuck behind being able to hit multiple targets with her combo and battle skill, so it's not that reliable when it comes to solo bosses. Her combo skill triggers when Art's reaction is applied to an enemy. Now before we move on, when it says Art's reaction, it means you have to trigger either combustion, solidification, electrification, etc. That means 2 skills that apply different elemental infliction. However, there are skills that forcibly apply Art's reaction. For example, Ardelia's combo skill forcibly applies corrosion, so you can take advantage of that to trigger Gilberta's combo skill.
Yeah.
But that's only one of many examples in the game, so take your time to read what some of the operator skills do. Her battle skill is mostly what you're going to be wanting Gilberta for, since it's her CC skill that pulls enemies in the center.
To be fair,
and
though,
when the skill ends,
if Bro starts playing another game, it's not going to give him enough time to not play Wua and shit on every other game. So it's like, it's going to be difficult to find the time, isn't it, really?
it deals nature damage and nature infliction in a small
Dude's going to
area.
want to not be
And
playing
her ultimate skill lays down
Wua
a
to
gravity
talk shit
field
about
and
everything
deals
else. So.
nature damage and nature infliction, as well as giving enemies affected by the ult slow and art susceptibility debuff. Now pay attention because this is where Gilberta's combo skill comes to effect. Since her combo skill applies vulnerability, it's best to do multiple vulnerable stacks before casting ultimate, because her ultimate consumes vulnerable stacks to further amplify the effects of art susceptibility on Gilberta's ultimate
I just
skill.
think for me,
So it's
like,
another one of those
playing
skills
before
that
with
take
Gilberta,
advantage
yeah.
of vulnerable
I
stacks.
think
As for ease of
she's
use,
just fun.
Gilberta
Like,
is definitely
lift and
very
stuff's
easy to
just
use,
fun, man.
especially
You
since
know?
the conditions of her skill and ultimate are very straightforward. She's also a great crowd control
What's up,
unit,
legendary
albeit
hacker?
the
New
crowd
player.
control
What, me?
only affects lightning
Well,
mobs, so
into
enemies
Enfield,
with
yeah,
higher
'cause we're all new,
weight
aren't we?
class
I
can
played in the
easily
betas,
escape
but
the vortex. Definitely
suppose you
someone
can't really
you'd
call
want
myself.
on
I can't
an
really call
arts
myself a new
based team that rely
Arknights
on
player
arts
now.
reaction
In the grand
because
scheme,
their
I am,
battle
but
skill and ultimate applies elemental infliction.
we're on
But
what?
with all
8
that
months
said,
now?
I'm gonna have to put
7
her
months?
on A tier. Levitain is a 6-star heat striker operator, and she is guaranteed to give you massive damages to enemies.
I do think it was a good move moving her to a striker, right? What do you guys think? I like her new class, and I think it suits her more. And I also like her animations as well.
Since her skills are based on AoE effects. But
Plus,
before
her
I
video was
explain her kit, it's
fire that we
important
just
to know
saw as
how
well.
her talent Scorching Heart and the unique status associated with it called Melting Flame works. If an enemy has hit infliction on them, performing a final strike can consume those heat.
How do you play the LG game for? Probably about 7 months now. 8 months-ish, something like that. Somewhere around about that. I'm on chapter 13. Well, I've just finished chapter 12. We're doing a long trail at the moment.
Stacks and turns them into melting
God,
flame.
would have been fine too.
To how many
Oh yeah, it
heat
wasn't
stacks
bad.
you
I just,
consume,
I think I prefer
up
this.
to a maximum of 4. So if the enemy you're currently attacking has 4 heat stacks,
Seems to fit them all,
you can consume
you know?
those stacks on your final strike and turn them into 4 stacks of melting flame. Take note of this since this is very crucial to her kit design. Her combo skill triggers when an enemy suffers combustion or corrosion. However, it's not just limited to one enemy. As long as there are multiple enemies on the field suffering from combustion or corrosion, she targets those enemies with her combo skills while gaining 1 stack of melting flame.
Her animations are fucking
And going
dope,
back
well
to her
man. I
talent
really like
Scorching
them.
Heart, if you have 4 stacks of melting flame, your battle skill will turn into an enhanced battle skill and can forcibly trigger combustion. And since her combo skill triggers when an enemy suffers combustion or corrosion, you can then chain to Levatane's
my favorite
combo
go-to
skill to
op
deal
in the
even
game.
more damage to enemies affected by
Lappy's my favorite because he's Lappy. But man, I don't know, man. Ascalon's a big W for me. Inez as well. Lappy Alta. Yeah, man, like even an OG like Silence for me, you know? But I'd say fucking like in terms of like probably the most consistent member of my squad since I've been playing the game, Silence. You know what I mean? But I love using Ascalon. Inez is just like utility is ridiculous, right? But yeah, Silence is probably my most long-standing unit now. If I think about it,
combustion or corrosion and gain
Monster's
one stack
awesome
of
as well, of
melting
course.
flame in return. Unfortunately, the amount of melting flame stacks you get is only one.
I do
No
really enjoy
matter how
using
many
you as
enemies there are
well,
on
and
the field,
I've started to
affected
become
by
a
your
big
combo.
fan of Entelekia as well. She's really fun to use, and you know what, Lazy. I've really become a big fan of her recently.
Combo skill. And her ultimate turns her normal
Ascalon does have
attacks
two big
into a
Ws,
wide
not gonna
AoE
lie.
attacks, with
Hey.
each attack sequence dealing heat damage, and during her ult form, every third attack in Levatane's 5-attack sequence, she inflicts enemies with heat infliction, which goes hand in hand to performing Final Strike with her attack sequence since she consumes those heat stacks
Leslie Ulta,
into
sorry.
melting flame. Now, during Levatane's ult duration as well, her battle skill transforms into a wide-range AoE skill, and if you have 4 stacks of melting flame, it's gonna turn her battle skill into an enhanced battle skill that deals massive amount of combustion damage.
It looks fucking good as
She's
well,
going
right?
to be
It
self-sufficient
looks
in
fucking
providing
good.
heat stacks on her own and triggering combustions during her ultimate, since
Use this
she
guy.
gains heat stack without having to rely on other units that do heat infliction. So that way, you can get 4 stacks of melting flame easily, and then you can proceed to rotate back again to casting your battle skill to trigger combustion and then proceed to activate your combo skill. As for her ease of use, I'd say she's in the middle. You have to constantly keep track of your melting flame stacks as well as managing your SP to make sure that you have enough to cast your battle skill and continue the loop until Levatane's ultimate expires. But during the process, you'll be dealing so much damage that your screen will be filled with particle effects. For being our first on-banner character, she's quite strong and doesn't need much investment when it comes to team building for her. Her best
Yeah, it's like out of the starting banners, if I'm going to pull, it is going to be for Serta. Again, I'm still torn. I don't know if to just build my Ardelia team, well, it's going to be a free-to-play Ardelia team, and potentially a free-to-play Heliga team, and then just save, or, you know, bring Serta into the Ardelia team as well. Like, well, we'll see.
best team
We'll see.
is with Ardelia, Akikuri, and Wolfguard, and 2 out of 3 of the mentioned operators you will already own since we get Ardelia for free, and you will be given Wolfguard for free at some point in the story. Akikuri is a 4-star unit, so there's no way you'll be missing that operator, so I'd say it's a great team to start with. Does it rival the DPS capability of physical-based teams? No, but she is really fun to use and she doesn't even need her weapon to perform well.
Yeah, and I
During
think
my beta to
we're at that
experience-
point in the game, right? That obviously the physical teams are like they're clear at the moment, right? But considering we're so early in the game at the moment, it doesn't really matter, does it? You don't necessarily need that. It will be interesting to see how post-launch ops really change that, or if it's going to come through upcoming, you know, enemies and stuff. We'll have to see. You'll probably run this team. It's a good team. It's a good team.
I was only using
And do you know what it is for me? I ain't massive fans of playing with Akakuri and Wolfguard personally. I do really like using Perlica, Arknights, and 12F, you know?
an alternate weapon for her, but she still dominated every single content I put her in, even in Umbral Monument. So I'll be putting her on S tier. And finally, Yvonne. Yvonne is a weird one right now since there are some changes made to her kit, but her new battle skill is the same but with different effects. She throws a bomb that inflicts cryo infliction. That's the same as before. However, if the enemy has cryo or nature infliction already, Casting her battle skill can forcibly apply solidification without having the need of other elements as a catalyst. And to add to that, you can further enhance the damage of the battle skill depending on how much cry infliction the enemy has, which is great because her combo skill triggers when you perform a final strike on an enemy that currently has solidification, and once the combo skill detonates, it can forcibly
I think doing things like solidification and stuff anyway is just satisfying. I find those sort of things just satisfying.
Apply another solidification to the enemy while pulling lightweight enemies in a small AoE before it explodes. As for her ultimate, it stayed the same. Your damage slowly ramps up the more you hold the attack button on a single enemy. Her ease of use has definitely improved because back then you had to manage 2 skills to apply solidification to trigger her combo skill condition, but with the recent changes made, you can just use Yvonne to trigger her combo skill. However, she thrives mostly on dealing with enemies one-on-one, and for me, I value being able to deal with multiple enemies at once because the reality of it is that you are going to be facing against multiple enemies.
Majority of the time, that's going to be what you're fighting, right?
And being able to deal with them in one go compared to dealing with them one-on-one is not good for me. She's definitely great for boss stages.
It's worth having the boss killer teams, right? Where they're more focused for individual scraps.
So I'm gonna be putting her on A tier. And that's all the 6 stars. Next tier list video, I will be ranking 5 stars and 4-star operators in one video. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and also after this tier list video, I will be making a team composition video for starters. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Fucking hell, man, that takes me back, that music. The thing is, I forgot most of everything I learned in the beta, and I forgot most of everything I'm watching that video as well. Because, you know, that's just me. But yeah, I can't wait to get back to fiddling around with the team building again. Because team building's fun in this game. It is fun in this game. It genuinely is. I find it actually really enjoyable figuring things out. And what I like about Enfield's team building, right, is that it takes a bit more work to implement the steps behind the kits, if you will. But they're simply explained. It's more simplistic. You know, where with a game like WoA, where you feel like you need a PhD to read the fucking kit to the character, but it's really quite simple what you need to do. But they make it sound like it's fucking hard. Like, one thing I can't stand about WoA is kit descriptions. Like, I don't know why, that's a Kuro thing, that is. Like, I don't know why they write the kits the way they do. They make it sound so much more complex than it needs to be. Do you know what I mean? Yvonne is going to thrive in boss encounters. Yeah. EN brain dead moment. Trust. To be honest, you can just swap Yvonne for last right in mob scenarios and do. Yeah, well, you got your team presets as well, ain't you? Anyway, so you can set up a couple. Like, you know, you can have your, you know, like a physical team, you know, like your Ardelia team or something, like a little shred team or something like that, and then one that's more specified to like a boss team, depending on, you know, if you're going to be pulling on all these banners as well. So yeah, it's like Grammarly written. It is so awkward, right? Like, the amount of times I'd start reading a kit in WoW and I'd be like, I'm stupid, but I'm like, am I that stupid? And then I'd start playing it and I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense now. But why'd you write it like that? You know? They always make it sound far more than what it actually is. All right, then. We better get into playing some games, guys, because we've been yapping. Ken ain't going to be happy. Bro ain't going to be happy. But, get this started. My mic's peaking a bit. Dude, I've got to get a new mic. I've got to get a new mic, man. I think it doesn't matter what I do at the moment. I can't seem to stop it. I've got my settings dropped in OBS. I got this new pop filter for it. I've tried some filters in OBS. It's just yeah. It's just it's not great at the moment. My audio's always kept in yellow on OBS as well. Never reaches the red, but still happens, man. So like in my last video, man, the amount of editing I had to do to try and reduce a lot of the popping and peaking, it was insane. It's been getting worse.
Arknights.
Hey, Team Electric is currently the week, he said, at the moment, Electric, sorry, is currently the week, he's out of the arts teams because of lack of a, yeah, like, you know, like I say, though, me running, Perlica, you know, Ardelia, Perlica, 12F and Arknight, you definitely can see the difference, especially when you jump to something like fucking, you know, a physical team. But I didn't get a chance to play Umbral Monument as I would have wanted, of course, because obviously you guys know what happened. But yeah, I had no issues with content in the game. Obviously that might change, right? That might change, but you know, we'll probably get adjustments as well with new banners post launch, right? I should imagine. Do you reckon our first set of new 6 stars post launch are going to be electric? Because if that's the case, especially as well if we do get some idea of what's coming in 1.1, I'm all over that shit. I'm all over that shit. Alright, fuck. Dude. That was dirty. That's the lowest I've ever had, done it, I think. Alright, let's pop our free pull. Free pull time. Let's go. Gamba Gamba.
Lancer Fang, captain of reserve op team A1.
Gamba Gamba.
My team and I will do our best to serve Rhodes Island.
I decided to change my background as well. Chat. Started doing the Hoshi event as well last night. While I was upstairs with the first couple of nodes. I quite like it. I quite like it, man. I do. Oh shit! It's gonna watch it. I need to change to game capture as well. By the way, I just forgot. 2 secs, guys. 2 secs. For some reason, Google Play Games doesn't like display capture anymore. It's weird. Should be fixed if we was having any issue. I didn't even notice. Was it stuttering then? It shouldn't be now if it was anyway. Shouldn't be now if it was anyway. Is it alright now, chat? Is it alright, chat? Is it smooth? Is it smooth? The stream's like, oh, it was bright. Yeah, it's display cap, man. Google Play Games has just stopped working with display cap. It's fucking weird, man. It's really weird. It's specifically Google Play Games as well. Nothing else, does he? Just Google Play Games. So annoying.
I'm Lava, a caster.
I'm Lava.
Here to join you.
I'm Lava. No, is it audio still peaking, is he? I'm going to try and have another fiddle with it again later before the Enfield stream, if it is. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I've been doing recently, I can't stop it. I noticed it myself. I didn't really notice it when I got my earphones in. Doesn't seem to be an issue listening through speakers. But yeah, it's a little bit harsh sometimes. It pisses me off. Guys, as well, if you haven't already done so, drop a like on the stream. Drop a like on the stream. It's appreciated. It's appreciated. So we can get 50 likes today. I don't know where we're at. I haven't even checked, but let's see if we can let's see if we can do it. See if we can do it. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. What time am I getting on Enfield? Is that my game? Probably get a bit of my gain a little bit. Is that better? Is that better in regards to peaking? Put the gain down a little bit. I'm gonna have to be a little bit closer into the mic now. Because you ain't need me over here. Yeah, I'll probably start my stream until 11. 11 like. Anyway, in the cold also didn't find I am assuming it's gonna be in game. I'm assuming it's gonna be in game. Have you got all the 3 codes, by the way? There's a specific one for PC as well, yeah. I don't know if there's specific ones for mobile as well. I'm not too sure.
Let the fairies redecorate. We'll come back later.
Resources are retrieved.
With a foot in the darkness, the light becomes clearer. You want to see?
Yeah, go on, show me.
Rhodes Island is always so light.
Oh, you talking about, okay, the darkness.
Hey,
Gotta go train. See you later.
We should be talking about something else, chat. We should be talking about something else. Alright, 2 seconds. I'll be back in a moment. Wrong gear. Wrong gear. Software if launched, the in-game notification is the correct one. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure it was the same for the first beta, but the second beta, it went live, like, I think just over an hour before the servers were supposed to go live. So, maybe that happens again? I don't know. But yeah, I've got the same thing. 1 AM, 2 hours before the game says. I don't know. I'm just going to get on around about 11 and then get ready to just refresh the shit out of that launcher, you know? Try and get in. Alright, let's get into it then. Chat. From one peak to another. Yeah? I mean you. Solence, finally. Ever since I entered the city, I've been wondering when I would get to see you. Silence? Ifrit, come over here. Don't worry. Silence, I'm all good here. Good enough to knock out a row of bad guys while carrying you in one arm and running laps around them. If you don't believe me, I'll even carry Sari with my other arm just to prove it. Stop speaking for a bit. It'll affect the drone readings. Oh, okay. Silence lowers her head to examine Ifrit. Just like she used to do, with the same meticulous and gentle manner as ever. But Ifrit still feels very nervous. She's never been scared of Silence getting angry at her. One of the first things she'd learned growing up was that Silence's anger stemmed from a concern for her. She knows that Silence is angry. She helps her take care of the things that we're doing. Hold up. She knows that after Silence is angry, she helps her take care of the things that were doing her harm, and helps her chase off the things that were scaring her. You heard Aussies have to use Asia server. Yeah, man. Aussies get shafted video games wise, don't they? Yeah, I started playing it, Ado. I need a little bit last night though. I'm only done the first couple of nodes. It's not real anger. But if Ifrit is scared of this silent, silence. When silence does not show any ounce of anger, and rather is quieter than usual, she realises something must have hit silence's limit. The skies in Tri-Mounts are always gloomy and grey, and the storm clouds are as big as monsters. No wonder you used to always walk into my room with your hair all drenched. With a hiccup, sorry. Oh, and hot dogs. Do you like them? The doctor bought some for me and Rosmontis, and I want to try one with strawberry flavoured syrup next time. What? Okay, she's got problems. A hot dog with strawberry flavoured syrup. Silence. I decided to come here myself. I bothered Dr. Calcit about it for a long time, and also wrote the doctor a super long letter. I completed all my courses and trainings in the last few years. I can do a whole lot of missions, just like you and Saria. Blood originium crystal density has slightly increased. What are the estimated rates of increases for the cell fusion assimilation? For now, they're within controllable ranges. We won't know the rest of the results until Ifrit returns to the landship for a comprehensive examination. You want me to return to the landship? You guys still don't trust me? No, Ifrit, I trust you. But there shouldn't be a need for any buts here with Sari around. 4 years ago, I was in this very city and under the very same signboard. I almost lost you forever. Back then, she was at your side too, no different than right now. But I lived and I've been living good. Sari protected me. So this time I can protect you and everyone with her. Ifrit, listen to Silence. She's your doctor, and you should trust her the most. I'm her doctor. Silence is on me. But I trust you too. I trust the doctor, and Rosmontis too. There's no difference in the amount of trust I have in you guys. Saria, I saw you the other day. You were with that mysterious man in a trench coat at Triton Factory at District 13. And on the very same day, something fell from the sky. So you were there too. Just another Rhine-related secret experiment, right? Of course you won't answer, because this is you trying to protect me and Ifrit. Just 10 minutes ago, Ifrit stopped an assassination attempt on the Vice President. What? I'm not trying to conceal information from you, Silence, but what I have on hand is also very limited. There are simply too many different factions involved in this, and all I can do is try my best to prevent the situation from deteriorating even further. We must put this back on the right track. I've heard that the line from Director Saria too many times. You were always in control of the situation back at Ryan Lab. Those horrifying experiments kept popping up one after another. There will always be someone hurt by the ambitions of another, and these wounds won't simply be healed by criminal charges and trials, not to mention a trial that should have never happened in the first place. I can't help but wonder, when you people finally extinguish this fire, just how many will be left lying in the ruins, breathing their last breaths just like Ifrit was. You perceive the situation more thoroughly and clearly than I can. But you still chose out of habit to help control. You hope to minimize any damage and preferably shrink it until it becomes unnoticeable, rather than put a stop to the immorality at its source. Ian can't read. I can't deny that. Saria, I've been waiting years to ask you a question. Your inability to make a genuine stand against Ryan, is it because deep in your bones you've always been the same as them? The same as Control? Sniper. Silence, get down. Ifrit. What? Who's that? Oh, shit. Saria. White calcium crystals float before her eyes. They had briefly protected her and Ifrit just moments ago, but now they disintegrate silently as a caster falls. Shit. Who hit her? Confirmed, hit on the target. Oh, it's these fuckers. Great. This high-powered energy weapon is capable of blasting a hole open through an armoured vehicle, and yet it wasn't able to penetrate her arts. This damn fervor in her arts are tough as shit. Harder than power armour. You mean to say there's a possibility she might survive? Possibility? I'm so fed up with that word. Well, those researchers tossing it around. What I want is results. Definite results. And what happened with the Vice President? Maylander won't give us a second chance. OP team is still on standby. Should we order them to withdraw? Yo, how... Are you still there, Renegade, as well? How's the... Is the mic peaking a lot at the minute? No. Give them something else to do. Just like how we dealt with every eyesore... Just how we dealt with that eyesore of a Verba. Don't let anyone causing chaos in Rhine get off scot-free. It's time for those idiots who think they can do whatever they want with just a few companion companies under their belts to wake up. Everybody else seems fine. Okay, that's alright then. No one can challenge the Colombian army's authority on Colombian soil and get away with it. Maybe a minimal peak. Blake, I didn't give you Rhine's contracts for you to drag it into the gutter. Which is why you've used your channels within Rhine. The guilty are often the first to complain. Ferdinand, are you aware of our current situation? Someone disrupted the intel and the detonator went off too early. And now, reporters have already spun the story that this has nothing to do with Jackson at all. What did you say? I said, the assassination failed. Are you satisfied? Come on, Ferdinand. Put away whatever weapon you're hiding. Do you really think you can leave a scratch on me? Relax. I don't blame you. Blake pats Ferdinand's cheek twice. Damn! It's packed. Give him a little cheek slap. Ferdinand expected Blake's eyes to be filled with a murderous intent. To be surprised, all he sees is a smile. Carrying out an assassination within Rhine, even our current intel would have been extremely difficult, even without your meddling. And even now, that company's all that's on your mind. Loyalty to your own desires isn't necessarily a bad thing, though. I'm serious, Ferdinand. It's an admirable trait. I don't even know who's backstabbing him. Right? Everybody's at it right. You're fit to be a soldier. But now that we've failed, what of it? This is just the beginning. It's a good thing that Maylander has us pinned down. Do you know just how many of my superiors have been waiting ages to strike out against them? Before the situation spirals out of control, our losses will only win me more support. This music's kind of like good in the background as well. It's like a perfect backdrop of like the escalating tensions and the paranoia and stuff as well, you know what I mean? And if things really spiral, trust me, you don't want to know how things will end up for me. Of course, I can't guarantee how they'll end for you either. I'll stick to our agreement to help you find Kristen. We can still turn the tables once we have her in our grasp. That goes for the both of us, and Ryan too. I'll go meet with Jorah. Sure, by all means. Let's see if it's luck or fate that will catch us up to us first. Squad A, search that side. Squad B, conduct your search over here. Our targets are a hooded figure with no weapon and a feline girl able to use highly lethal arts. Is that me? Bro, he's not wearing the hood all the time. I bet bro stinks, you know. Bet bro's a proper sweaty Betty. Doctor, my terminal lit up. That means it's time for me and Ifrit to meet up. But I can't sense her presence. She's probably found Saria. Ryan should be safe for now. This place isn't safe at all. There are too many laboratories here. They all have the same white walls, just like a maze. Ifrit hates this kind of place the most. Whenever she talks about those memories, her breaths become shorter and her hands get cooler than usual. I want to go find her. I don't want to find see my friend get hurt. These walls aren't so tough. Just give me the order and I can get you out of here easily. We can't expose ourselves yet. Thank you very much for choosing not to smash up our walls. We've imported the material from Casimir's. They're very expensive. There's no need to be so nervous, little girl. As you can clearly see, I'm only a businessman. Nothing but a fountain pen and a wallet in my pocket. Hello there. I didn't expect to see you here, Director Fitzroy. Ah, sure enough, my next meeting just happens to be around the corner, so I figured I would greet our guests on my way over. Areas C and D have been searched. There's a ton of conference rooms in front. Prepare to check them one by one. Enemies in the corridors, and a lot of them too. Give me the order, Doctor. We have company. A hero working behind the scenes to prevent a terrible conspiracy, but soon to become the target of a clandestine arrest. In Colombia, these sorts of stories are common enough, and such a script wouldn't fetch a good price in Rankwood. At the end of the day, it's a party being obstructed by the establishment and wanting to punish them for it, or the other party dispatching a commission to let this yet-to-be exposed deal sink into the abyss. What do you think? They'll have reasons to investigate us. You included Director Fitzroy. Surely you showed up here at this moment for more than a greeting. Oops. Would you just look at the time? They're waiting for me to start our meeting. I hope I haven't disrupted your plans too much just by stalling you a bit. Doctor, please stand back. I'm going to begin attacking. Director Fitzroy? My friends call me Justin Jr. Justin Jr. The military seeing us together won't be good for you. What if I told them that the young and beautiful feline lady by your side has something to do with a top-secret military experiment that should be rightfully covered in dust and long unused? Is that a reminder from a friend? The choice lies with you. Do remind me, just how many of our excellent employees have you already poached from Rhinelab? Was it 8 or 10? Jara has been thinking about getting acquainted with whoever runs your HR. Since Rhodes Island and Rhinelab have been cooperating so closely, the next time we meet, I might even have a contract for you with an offer you can't refuse. Rhodes Island thanks you for your interest. Alright, I won't bother you and Miss Feline here any longer. By the way, Doctor, after you get back, please do ask Milsey a question for me. When she goes out to eat, what's her preferred cuisine? This guy's such a... I don't like this geezer. Only one conference room left. The target is most likely inside. Prepare to breach. It's empty. Did you hear a sound just now? What sound? The sound of water. Ah, how wonderful it is. It's a lively energy strong enough to fight even fate itself. Saria, moo water. She's not responding. No way. Her head suffered a serious impact, and though her vital signs are there, she's still in critical condition. She needs emergency treatment. She took a headshot. Was that one of her clones? No way. Ifrit, help me lift her arms. Ah, so heavy. Don't even think about hurting Saria again. Silence. I can burn a way out for us, and we can go try and meet up with the doctor. No, the people watching us are definitely also after Rhodes Island. Yes, the military is already inside Rhine, and your friends might not be able to protect themselves. Director Jara, come with me, kids. I can't just sit by and watch the other founder of Rhinelab fall here. She's going in clutch. Mr. Vice President, Congress call back. It's regarding the bill to dismantle those military bases. They're ready to move the hearing up. In addition, the justice who reached out to us earlier has hinted that she's willing to cooperate with us to overturn the previous ruling. The military is going to pay for their recklessness. We have an optimistic estimate that Colonel Blake will be out of the Trimates within the next 12 hours. Everything is waiting for your decision, sir. A call should be coming in, Pavard. Timing. Yes, this is the Vice President's temporary office. Yes, he's right next to me. Yes. Mr. Vice President, it's... Hand it over. I know who's looking for me. Who is it? Is it Blake? Alright. I understand. I feel the same. I'm not about to let everyone down at this critical juncture. Mr. Vice President, about the bill. Shelve it. There's no need to put this matter on the agenda for the next 6 months. Is that an order from the Maylander Foundation? Or maybe that... Oh, okay. Pavard, how many casualties were in that mess from your report? We eliminated 30 military operatives. And how much money do we spend on training these soldiers every year? 3 million to train a combat-ready man to DOD standards, sir. So we basically lost 90 million in cash and 30 outstanding talents. That's right. So there's no need to ask whose orders it is. It's a decision that's in the best interest of Columbia. Go get me a meeting with Blake. It's time for us and the DOD to work together. Okay, so he wants to speak to Blake now then. Understood. Man, this is a right little network of lies and conspiracies, right? I'll always remember the day the election results came in, when I thought smugly to myself that I could finally sit behind the desk of my dreams, and I received the biggest shock of my life. Back then, I almost thought that my country was caught up in a huge conspiracy. But I've come to realise that's not what's happening. Colombia isn't wrapped up in any conspiracy, and Maylander isn't the shadow government I thought it was. It's just silly things happening in an orderly way. That's what makes it seem like we've been making real progress. But I'm still just a regular guy. Every now and then, something crazy pops into my head. If I really was caught up in that explosion then, would I be remembered as a martyr for Colombia? So he's like the Maylander Foundation. Are they like, you know, someone like the CIA or something like that? Is that like kind of what they're akin to? Or just tossed in the dustbin of history as some sort of incompetent politician? What do you think? The Vice President looks around the empty office as if waiting for the omnipresent heir to answer his question. Then, the man standing so close to the apex of Colombian power sighs. Classic America. The military won't be bothering you any longer, so why the long face? Oholiak, you are a difficult woman to reach. Oholiak. Oholiak. Oh, Alhiak. One of them. Sorry about that. My boss, who I've not seen in a long time, has popped on over to Trimonts. I needed some time to compile my reports. I'm afraid the Tin Man has forgot to send me any copies. And that's why I've come to answer your question personally. As long as it's something I know, I'm happy to tell all. Alright, you're the primary representative for the Maylander Foundation's Rhine Lab desk, so tell me, where exactly is the main instigator of all this malarkey? Where is Kristen right now? Right now? She's in a place that not even the finest of Colombia's commandos are able to reach, a place never documented by the Maylander Foundation. There's nowhere in Colombia like that. It's not on any map of the country, at least for now, even though the location might overlap with our territory. It is truly out of our line of sight. So you mean, Mr. Vice President, you are no doubt familiar with Project Exploration, an archaeological undertaking spanning multiple years led by the Maylander Historical Association, or rather, our Tin Man, Project Exploration. Those ancient ruins buried under the vast wasteland? Exactly. Coincidentally, we also came across this information during a recent raid operation on Rhine-related personnel. Exploration records? These records are currently in the hands of a former executive of Rhine Lab, a close friend of Kristen Wright's, as well as an offshore company with an existing criminal record in Colombia. And it is the most coincidental thing that this company called Rhodes Island has a working relationship with my dear leader, the Tin Man. I'm like, I don't know. There's so many questions. A water purification and circulation system. You could also call it a sewage drain. It's used to have another name. Locus of sorcery. Once the most primitive weapons of witchcraft from the Ticas. So that's its actual name. To think that it was installed on the Pioneer Team's nomadic temporary housing. Though it's certain that the device's core components have already long been lost. All that is left are the outermost pipes, and you people had a reasonable idea of how to recycle it. I will take that as a compliment on behalf of the Colombians, madame. This country has gone through hard times. During the Great Expansion, when supplies were scarce, every object was classified into one of two qualities, useful or useless. This may be a medium of some magnificent memories in your eyes, but to the ordinary people living in Colombia, they are useful pipes that will not be rusting anytime soon. After all, no matter how old an object is, or how great an era has seen, those unable to comprehend by people of the current era were no different from scrap. Our own levels of understanding are but restricted by our own time and space. You and I are not exempt either. The same goes for Kristen Wright. She couldn't have drawn her power from a TCAS-like legacy, and whatever outside force she has borrowed power from is much more powerful than that. There are still 32 technologies waiting to be ruled out. Most of these are not on the Maylander Historical Association's exploration records. I presume you won't be needing my company for whatever is coming next? Sure enough, but this will not affect our partnerships with Maylander. Yes, indeed. This has always been your way of going about things. You're hoping that Kristen will not get hold of that technology, but you also hope that Columbia won't be able to prematurely pocket that fortune for themselves. Still the same as always, selfless and neutral. I have one more thing to ask of you. We could discuss that first, madam. Doctor, and those two girls. As you said, there are some roads that only I can take. I'd like to trouble you to take care of them when it's inconvenient for me to do so. Oh, I've misjudged you. You have changed after all, madame. You're more humane than you once were. No one or thing is forever unchangeable, Revenant, Mr. Tin Man. All we can do is accept these changes. Hey, Doctor, you good? I should rein in the water and not let it enter the respiratory tract. Or could it be that my skills have gotten rusty after all, after not using them for so long? The doctor probably bumped that hood on something and passed out. Ah, so sorry. It's all cause of that Justin Jr. He suddenly dumped a stack of papers on me and said all the directors have to fill them out or we won't get our funding for next year. Kelsey TV, right. She's always involved in something, right? Especially over the years. That was close. I almost didn't make it. Didn't make it what? Oh, you're awake, Doctor. Good morning. No, good evening. I remember being in a ventilation duct. Yup, I was manipulating my water around when I knew you were in trouble. The two of you were about to be discovered when I found you, so I wrapped up you up in water and brought you here. What? Did she like teleport them? Or just literally drag them physically in a bubble? I was in a hurry, so excuse the bumpy ride, okay? Can't repay the kindness you show me. It's not that great a deal. But you know, if you insist on returning the favour, just sign this employment contract I got here. I won't mind having an assistant with brains as big as yours. Dragged, yeah, that's what it sounds like from the way she said that. Doctor, I know you just woke up, but I gotta tell you some bad news. It seems like Saria got attacked at the same time you were. What about Ifrit? Ifrit should be fine and dandy, but Saria? I'm not sure about the specifics. That's Saria, you know? Harder than diamonds. She wouldn't be in any serious danger, right? The big question is, what do you do next? You must have gotten the feeling that once the military gives you a warning, they don't give up so easily. So your situation here is... Actually, Rhodes Island's situation is far from hunky-dory. Rosmontis? Rosmontis? Outside. The corridor. Someone is walking towards us. Huh? But I was so cautious on the way here. The army couldn't possibly have tailed us that easily. Or could it be the Maylander guys? Like Mr. Tin Can and his pets? Mr. Tin Can, you know. Suki agents like to pop up like this, don't they? Rosmontis? Is it the Tin Man? I don't know. I don't feel anything special. The feeling I'm getting is, very normal. Ilse, can you take a look around the area? You want me to send a few eyes out there? You got it. Finally. Sorry, am I late? I wanted to see you as soon as you got to Trimount. Unfortunately, my work took much longer than expected. Wait, I remember that mug from the docks. You're Loken Williams. Loken? Yes, it is I. You must have received my letter, Narcissa. Who is Narcissa? My name is Rosmontis. It's my only name. You, no matter... What's important is that you've come. To tell the truth, I've been a bit nervous ever since I sent the letter. To see that you're willing to meet me makes me a very happy man. Oh, shit. We're here to get some, sadness about Rosmontis' past here, are we? We're getting a trauma dump. You wrote the letter? You wanted me to come here? Yes, my child. I even wanted to go looking for you myself. But time is short, so I had no choice but to have a friend deliver that letter to Rhodes Island. Yes, Rhodes Islands. That's what it was. And after the disaster, I heard that organisation took you in. Have they been treating you well? They are my family. Dr. Calcit, Amia, the Doctor, Blaze, Radiant, and everyone in the squad. They're all my family. So you mean you found a new family? The frail man coughs violently as his naturally crooked body seems to droop even lower. He stares at Rosmontis as if wanting to move to her, but a thin wall of water stops him in his tracks. Nilsey knows who he is. So do you. This is the very same name that cropped up many times in Rosmontis' files. The criminal that should have been well behind bars has suddenly appeared before you, acting as a grandparent rushing to visit his grandchild after work. You came here alone to find Rosmontis? This is what I wanted. Nothing to do with anyone else. Let me get a look at you. You've grown up, girl. Over the past 4 years. No, it should be fine soon enough. I've thought of you so many times while we've been apart. Whenever I think about the times we were separated from each other, I just feel so sorry. I'm sorry that I couldn't protect you from them. Those mediocre hacks with their superficial goals. They destroyed the future we could have had together. A future? Were we supposed to live together? I don't remember you. Should I have remembered this? I record everything. I don't want to forget in my terminal. You've forgotten who I am? Have you lost all your memories? And forgotten the wrongs I've done? Are you a bad man? Did you do something bad to me? That's not for me to answer, my child. It would make this meeting meaningless. Your memory loss. It should not have been an effect of the experiments. Could there have been another party? Mainlander? Or perhaps Ryan? Don't aim those eyes my way, Mr. Williams. I'm just the teensy-weensy director of ecological. Besides, even if the old goat was here, his precarious code of ethics wouldn't be any worse than yours, right? This has nothing to do with ethics. Rhodes Island, did you wipe the girl's memories and manipulate her emotions? It's not something Rhodes Island would do. Yes, you couldn't have done that. It was my work after all. I was so meticulous that no one could have possibly stripped away such an important part of her when her vitals were functioning normally. Oh, I see now. It was me after all. Perhaps I didn't make enough observations. Yes, we didn't have the luxury of time. The pressure of consciousness is so honestly beyond anything a layman could comprehend. Or could it be that you passed your memories on to your sibling? I don't know how to answer you. There must be a way to... Let me think. Any fragment of that incident is beyond meaningless, same as the records and the data. They all belong in the garbage dump. But emotions, shapes, scents... Oh yes, smells, that's it. Oh, I thought dude was about to fart then. Smell that? Remember that, right? A floral scent? This smells like crushed juice smeared on the walls and my hands. No. No. Stop thinking about it. I don't want this. Yes, I knew it. I'm still somewhere in your memories. Please, child, bring out those memories. Remember your hatred for me. Let your anger fill your body, your mind, your omnipresent spirit. Stop. You're hurting Rosmontis. Hurting her? No, her pain comes from the past, not the present. I only want to give her the gift she's been longing for. This is torture. Do you actually understand her pain? Everything you know about her and her experience is second-hand information from Maylander. Don't you think she has a right to be angry, to hold resentment? Oh, I know. Both you and the Maylander are walking the same path. You want her easy to control because you're afraid of her. Afraid of a weapon of reignited anger. Weapon? Everything you experience with Rosmontis in Chernobyl comes flooding back before your eyes. The fight's desperate with determination to live alongside the pain of farewells. Yes, you've heard the term used many a time in the past to describe a feline girl by your side. She felt it was harsh before. This time, it's unbearable. came out of Locke and Williams' mouth. The root cause that led Rosmontes here in the first place. We have many ideas on how to refute these claims. It also occurs to you that if Calcit were here, she would be capable of coming up with an even more extensive response. I like that. You know, acknowledging she definitely would have an extensive response. But another thought comes to mind before your words. Oh, yeah. I see you're outraged by my words. That's fine. You're not willing to think of her as a weapon, but just look at her. She's standing in front of you, even wielding a sword for you. Oh, shit. Dude, that sound. Doctor, please get behind me. My sword might be about to pierce through the building's outer wall. Rosmontes, you... Enemies. There are enemies closing in, quickly. I will protect you, Doctor. My mind still feels like it's a mess. Oh, but Dr. Calcit and Amian told me my mental state is a lot more stable now. They allowed me to protect you. And this is the one thing I can definitely do. I know. Doctor of Rhodes Island. If you truly care for her, then you should know what she really needs. Just ask yourself this. What are you trying to protect? A soldier that would die for you? Or a child with a traumatic past? The question is not difficult to answer, but it is obvious that Loken is not interested in your reply. From the moment he stepped into the room, he has been staring directly at the white feline girl next to you, his turbid gaze full of enthusiasm, sorrow, and a certain kind of anticipation. It's Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They're here. Such a pity that this is the end of our meeting. You're not ready yet, my child, but I know you will be. I'll be waiting for you at home. Hold it. You actually caught up? No, you were waiting for me. Which one of you is your true self? The silent one in the room earlier, or the one right here? That's not important. Your original arts are quite interesting, or perhaps... No, forget it. I don't have time for this curiosity. Do you have business with me, Director of Rhine Lab? Where's Kristen? Ah, but you're the Rhine one here. Are you sure you should be asking me that? The only way you could have gotten out of prison is with her help. Your being here means the work she entrusted you is already complete. She's done preparing, right? She's really planning to... Pitiful girl. Hey, I'm not about to let a rotten geezer who looks like he hasn't showered in 3 days call me pitiful. Astonished, unwilling and anxious. You're afraid, little girl. You're afraid of being betrayed by those you trust and of being abandoned by others. Well, the worst is your confusion. You're at such a complete loss that you have no choice but to ask an outsider like me. Such a familiar feeling it is. When my teacher handed all my research to Maylander, when he expelled me from the academy, when my students submitted all my data to the military before I did, and I had to speed up my experiments, leading to that ultimate failure. When my family sold everything we had in DC and disappeared, I saw that very same look in the mirror. My eye bags can't be that bad. I just don't get it. Why would she trust that wretched woman from Maylander and you of Asaria or... Ugh. Are you stalling for time here? If you're waiting for Huhayak to pick you up, I won't necessarily lose, you know. You don't want me for an enemy girl. Huh? Do you really think you could stop Kristen and I by just catching up to me? Or maybe you want to catch up to me. To catch Kristen. Milsey falls into a daze. Loken turns his back and yet he still doesn't act. Only when the familiar wind caresses her face so mockingly does she realise that Loken is no longer anywhere to be seen on the streets. Let him go. What am I doing? What did he do to her there? Rosmontes is the cutest weapon. She's adorable. She's adorable. You listening? Oh, Doctor. I'm right here. Heard everything you said crystal clear. Yes, sirree. Is your clone in danger? Clone? Yes, my clone outside. Doctor, you guessed right. They couldn't have let such a terminally ill old man come here by himself. Before his assassination got him away, they only managed to do one thing. Loken Williams is definitely involved in Kristen's plans. The secret that Maylander and the army are scrambling for. The puzzle pieces are overlapping, and they're pointing right at Kristen Wright's hideout. Doctor, your terminal. That's a new message. Maylander has some new information to share with us. What a coinky-dink. I was just wondering where we were going to see the Tin Man again. He got roughed up by the last army because of him, so it's only right that he should make it up to you, isn't it? Rosmontis, are you ready to proceed with the mission? Yeah, I'm fine. You got Enfield ads. Let's go. W. How's he going as well? You good? Huh? Thank you for helping, Rosmontis. Our cooperation is far from over. You're going to wear out those words if you keep standing on ceremony, you know. Doctor, do you really trust me so much? What did you say? Nothing. Alright, let's get moving. Silence. Is the temperature okay? Not too hot? You're controlling it very well. Saria's body temperature is stabilised, and she should be out of danger. Ifrit, you should rest for a bit. Using Iridium arts for a long time will wear you out. No, I'm staying with Saria. I still remember back in the White Room. She kept me company when I was stuck in that bed. I was always in pain. My mind was totally messed up and I couldn't stop myself from burning everything I saw. I don't even have a clear picture of every visit. I just know that every time I open my eyes, she would be there at my bedside. I felt so relieved. So now, I want to stay here and keep her company. Even though she won't open her eyes, I'm sure she can feel that I'm here. I'm sure she can. She just needs a bit more sleep. Something still feels off. What's wrong? I just realised Sari isn't that much taller than I am. And also, her palms are soft with such pretty nails too. Just like your hand, Silence. Yes? Sari is, of course, an ordinary human. I'm afraid she's quite far from ordinary. Director Jarrah? She prefers to solve problems by herself, without a word. She always keeps a straight face that deters people from voicing their opinions. Would you like to make a guess just how many employees from Defence I had to offer psychological counselling year after year? Are you unhappy with Saria? Unhappy? 1 year I asked Kristen if she was set on transferring a researcher to make the head of the Defence section. Guess what the woman there did when she found out? She threw 3 dozen listing devices onto my desk and right in my face shattered them to pieces with her newly developed arts. An unfortunate thing is a couple of them were operating on behalf of some of our dear government departments. They were just a little wary of such a rapidly progressing tech company. I was happy to share some controllable information with them to get them to ease up a little. I spent some time dealing with the trouble that came with the incident, but who could deny the determination and skill of that young verver? I guess Saria has always been like that. Sure enough, many years have come and gone, and if you compare her then and now, it doesn't seem like there's been much development. She's the most resolute and determined woman I know. Whoever said she wasn't? I've watched, and she and Kristen walk their paths. I'm well aware just how divisive and strong she is. But even such outstanding individual can't stand against the whole damn country. You let her take on these obstacles she hasn't overcome in all this time, she'll only be smashed to bits. Here. Car keys. Take Saria and Ifrit and leave before it's too late. Saria wouldn't want that. No, she wouldn't. But I'm not talking to Saria right now. Aren't you the type to go, innocent lives shouldn't be put at risk? This girl shouldn't be involved and neither should you. No one needs to die here. I need a bit more time. Enfield tomorrow, baby! Director Jarrah? I'm afraid we're all out of time. Take the secret passageway out now. What's wrong? An old friend has come knocking. Ferdinand. His conference room. Whenever we had meetings, Parvis would sit by the window. Elsie likes to sit in the middle. And you, Director Jarrah? You sit here, furthest from Kristen. And you're the same as before, always standing behind somebody else's seat. How nostalgic. Would you like something to drink? Red wine? Or should we pop open the champagne? Is there an occasion? Of course, Mr. Ferdinand. Clooney is enjoying a career upgrade and also returned to Rhine Lab. Sounds like a cause for celebration. You think I'm here as the army's guide? No. I have their own plans for Rhine, and I don't approve at all, because I know that if something happens to the Vice President while he's here, that's the end of the company. Kristen can ignore the existence of Rhine Lab, but not me. The event today went off without a hitch. Don't play dumb with me, Jarrah. You may not know just what kind of people run the army. You may not know just what kind of people run the army. They could repeat today's adventure anytime they want. So before those savages rip a dozen years worth of time and effort to shreds, can you just tell me the truth? What exactly is Kristen doing? Did Colonel Blake not tell you? The very first day Dr. Wright disappeared, I handed every document about Control and her projects right over to them. And for the record, it happened more than once. I worked days of overtime just for this. Dr. Wright, as if you two had the most ordinary collaborative relationship. Should I show Blake the picture hidden in the darkest corner of your office drawer? Or has our dear HR director already come up with an explanation for why she's hidden the New Year's card little Kristen wrote to her 2 decades ago? That's just an old photo. Kids aren't as cute and well behaved after they grow up. Ferdinand, you know that better than me. That sock in the jaw at Site 359 still smarting? She's gone into hiding, like a child clinging to her favourite toy. Except it's not a toy. It's a goddamn super weapon with some real forbidden secrets behind it. So, you should find and drag her out if you still care about her. Or would you rather watch her die of the vaguest of for the vaguest of ideals? Even if I couldn't bear to watch her go that far ahead, how do you suppose that stopping her is within my power? Damn, words are hard, chat. Chat, words are hard, man. Words are hard. This is Kristen we're talking about, Ferdinand. She'll take everything you have. Do you think she would ever leave such a major weakness if you really want to treat the relationship between me and her as a vulnerability so easily with your grasp? Good. Great. You refuse to cooperate? And what about the others, for example? Saria? You've rescued her, and you've hidden her somewhere around here. You're so willing to talk to me just to buy her more time to escape. Let's say she manages to escape. Who could she even go to? Rhodes Island? Caught up in the same mess? Or that group of Maylander agents who love spinning webs just as much as you do? I have no idea what you're talking about. The military just picked up a new piece of intelligence. Saria, as well as the company behind her, Rhodes Island, are suspected of helping Kristen steal classified information pertaining to national security. Maybe working at Rhine Lab for more than a decade has made you naive enough to assume your old boss was some hero of justice. Bro, there's so many moving parts. What is everybody up to? You know? Pink dummies. Even the map has moving parts, right? Movement speed is higher than starting speed. Okay, so will they only gain it while they're going in the motion, or will they gain it permanently? That's the question. That's the question.
No need to cover up. Each secret's for public, then
Because they're gaining it from going down. Oh, so we can flip that umbrella then, can't we? Oh, interesting. Okay, so I can kind of see now where fast redeploys will come in. It's like while they was there then, if I'd have popped somebody here, they'd have fell through there, wouldn't they? I'm assuming so anyway. Oh yeah, how's the audio as well? I want to try something here. I didn't mean to do that. Oh shit, OBS is freaked out. Okay, there we go. Might have lagged a bit then. OBS was Dude, I'm that tired at the minute, man. I swear to God, looking at me on the computer, man, my eyes are fucking blurry. I really need to get some sleep in a bit. Yeah, how's the audio sounding? Breakfast snacks and hydrate properly for later. We'll imagine my iced teas at Jinko ad and see you there, Enfielders. Yeah, I need to get myself some sleep. I do before the game starts. I really do.
If I make it back in one piece, I win.
I win.
どうすればいい？誰かに気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めた。
Last step of battlefield prep. 深呼吸. I've been in plenty of events, but this is the most chaotic venue ever.
I love her voice lines.
あまり待たせない絶望の匂い。ご来邪念を狂わせ。
最危险的战场在哪里？我会顶上去。
Okay. Definitely need those fast redeploys. Kind of wasted up there, really, isn't she? Oh, they're just gonna go straight off, dumbasses.
Look, Zaro. This spotlight shines on us.
Are you stupid, bro? Yeah, clapped. Clapped. You don't even get ads. A premium user. Or a ad block user. Premium's goated, man. Premium's so good. I love you. The usual stench of the sewers and spots where the light doesn't reach. These alleys are all the same. Urban planners probably can't afford to invent new ways to do their jobs at the speed these cities pop up out of the barren lands. It's just too bad you don't miss out on the local scenery if you use these nooks and crannies. That you miss out on the local scenery, sorry. Am I right, my good subordinate? Isn't it better to get a view of the city from above? A gust of wind blows through the empty alley. All the unexhaled smoke rings swirl back into the cracks of his metal. The Tin Man wonders if this is the opportune time to hack a few coughs as if choking. A lighter floats right in front of him as soon as the embers of his cigarette die out. Banal is such a lamentable assessment for a city like this with no history. Old Hoyak, you were supposed to make contact 3 days ago. Oh. I had the impression that you were not particularly punctual yourself. If you could just tone down your volume. Why did you pick this place for our meeting? Did you forget the factory in District 13 is close by? Did you find the item from the other day? Yes, but unfortunately, there are only fragments left. Fragments of stars with no way to guide the lost. And Kristin? Where is she? Well, are you watching the sky? You get a clearer view of the sky without the skyscrapers around. Do you think Kristin might be hiding in a star up there? If so, then how are we supposed to find her? Oh heck, you went into the library 2 months ago. I'm a historian. Isn't it basically my job to visit libraries? We're talking about Maylander's library here. I don't recall authorizing that. You know, I can't contain my curiosity. Just like right now. If I could trouble my employer with a question that I've been awfully curious about. What is it? Your smoke. Other than the clouds you puff out, the few wisps that slip into your body, where exactly do they go? Is this why you have the tip of your tail on my chest? I smell my favourite scent on you. History. So if it's that all possible, I'd love to get a good look at every little piece of your body for my research. Where should I start? Your head, chest, extremities? Ulhayak. Do you really think that betraying the Mainlander Foundation is the right choice here? Of course not. Have I watched it? I haven't. No, I haven't watched it. I saw little bits of like clips from, I think, Saint's reactions to it. I haven't watched the video though. Is it good? I did see one clip from it though about the Saint on Taz, and then it was like, you know, this one. Oh, where is he? Kind of tickled me. This one. This one kind of made me laugh. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Yeah, you can. This one kind of tickled me. Mainlander holds most of this country's secrets, and in Colombia, secrets can be traded for wealth or used as murder weapons. I spent 3 whole years before I finally managed to get into the Historical Society, and spent another 3 to gain your trust. Do you know what 6 years means to me? Being a Mainlander agent has already taken 1/7 of my life. Then you shouldn't be wasting the rest of it behind bars or on the run. Yes, I know. And yet, if my time here isn't enough to embrace what I've been yearning for my whole life, then what difference does it make if I live another 10 years or more? Or 1 more minute, sorry. Mainlander won't allow anyone, least of all a defective agent, to access information they shouldn't be accessing. A shame you only have me to see in your last moments. Oh shit. Then I can only pray to the stars that the dead won't speak so easily. Fine, let me switch up the question. Do you really think you can kill me? I'll never know until I try. Your air manipulation shouldn't be affecting me. No, this isn't cooking ability at all. You know me just so well, don't you? But fortunately, I'm not exactly completely clueless as to what you are. Ordinary arts have no effect on you, but... a curse? Power of the oldest Sarkaz witchcraft. A soul-imprisoning curse. It's been an awfully long time since you've had a taste of something like this. That one year when a Mainlander agent went deep into the bleak wasteland to investigate the ruins of the Sarkaz Royal Court and suffered an unprecedented life-threatening injury. I didn't expect Mainlander to leave those files intact. You can't have that thought that I ventured into Mainlander's top secret database just for Kristen. I did remind him that documenting everything isn't necessarily a good habit to have all the time. According to you, only the long-lived would have such an extensive memory, while the rest of us just want to grab as much knowledge as we can, to naturally come up with different methods. Otherwise, how could we short-lived beings hope to resist the control of people like you? If you really want to destroy this body, you probably need a little more time. I have 2 minutes to spare. So, you're not even going to come out of hiding to greet me? Banshee. Weren't you just talking about how unwilling you are to show yourself? Like I said, I have no interest in watching you murder your own boss. But he's more than just that. Oh? Old acquaintances, are you? Personally, not at all. But my blood knows him. Fascinating. I've been over it many times, and this guy here doesn't smell Sarkaz. Be careful of any tricks he might play. I don't want him to resurrect right after all the trouble I've been through to kill him. I won't let him interfere with the next step of the plan. I can't do it. A delicate trap you've laid. I had guessed that Hulhayak might have planted something in the sky, but I didn't expect a Banshee's curse to be hidden in the noise of the construction site. My blood has taught me the power of words, and of the sound of machinery clashing and colliding is the language I hear the most. An amazing talent to have fooled even me. There are only a few Banshees, including the old in the Royal Court, who could make me suffer like this. Were you born in Kazdel, or the Valley of the Banshees? It doesn't matter. My blood is not pure enough. I haven't experienced any grand events either. Right now, I'm just an engineer living in Colombia doing whatever I want. Have you found a home in Colombia? What about you? So many years have passed by in a flash. I've heard that over the past 2 centuries, those 2 youths, their assistant Teresa, have finally built Kazdel as a nomadic city. I don't even know myself what Kazdel looks like today. Are the streets still as crowded as the flags hanging on the city walls and changed for a millennium? The underlying furnace in the core still as hot as ever? Can you relight my cigarette, child? This little spark can't hold the remaining warmth of your soul. I know. I only want to stay a little longer to ask you a few more questions. What did you see in Kristen's dreams? The future? Has she actually promised you a change to the Sarkaz's fate? Do you believe she can do what no one has been able to accomplish over the past millennium? No, she only showed me a possibility. A possibility that came from within myself. Alright, engineer girl, if I could just trouble you to ask my darling employer if he has any last words. The fire is almost out. Time moves too fast for an old man like me. The last question is mine. An ancient one like you must have seen the fall of many Kazdels, and surely you must have thought of and searched for a place. Where is the Sarkaz Promised Land? Promised Land? Time's up. A slivery green tail shatters the Tin Man's side with a strong burst of wind. The last spark fizzles out at the same time the cigarette hits the ground. Bro just got blasted. The bomb whistle sounds. Tri-Mounts has never heard such a sound. Neither the residents in their deep sleep or the office workers working overtime will be aware of what has just happened. Other than those who've made an appointment. Rosmontes, did you hear that? Huh? Logos was too busy to come to Tri-Mounts, right? My terminal says Logos has a lot to do. He hasn't trained with me for a long time, so I haven't been using my full strength in my sessions. It's been hard for Blaze and Sharp. Blaze and Sharp always complain that training with me is more tiring than going out on missions. Before we left the landship, Radiant told me that Logos would come back with Amir soon. I miss Amir too. I miss her so much. Doctor, will we be able to see them after we finish this and return to Rhodes Island? I hope we can see them soon too. Doctor, did you make it there? I think the Tin Man should be already waiting for me. We'll go home soon, I promise. The alley is dark and silent, like an abyss. Something rolls out from the murky shadows. Perhaps it's due to its material hardness. But as it rubs against the ground, it eerily resembles a cog out of its wheel. A frightful rattle echoing through the darkness of the night. It rolls straight to the alley entrance, where the light and darkness meet. Turns out to be a metal head. It's Tin Man's head. The upper half is usually obscured by a hat's brim, and the mouth on its lower half often has a cigarette exhaling rings of smoke, while spouting words that are at times perceptive and other times incongruous. Now, there is no cigarette, no hat, no trench coat, or even the part that should be present back past the neck. There is only a head. The Tin Man is dead? I would take it easy if I were you. After all, if you do not make any moves, I can't guarantee that your head won't end up rolling along with my old employer's, Oh, heck yeah. You didn't come here just to banter with me. Yeah, banter with me. Sure. Two things. It's time for Rhodes Island to end your excursion in Tri-Mounts. And the other, as you've just seen, the leader of the Mainlander agents, the Tin Man, has been murdered. We need a culprit. Oh, I'm again set up here. Should I feel honoured? Your frailty certainly affects the credibility of the idea. But the mundanity and perfectly enigmatic vibes of Rhodes Island makes you an excellent target for Mainlander's investigations, even if just for a bit. You want to buy yourself some time. It won't do you any good to look for other secrets, okay? It never hurts to get a better understanding of each other. Or do you want to employ your expert negotiation techniques to list a number of reasons why I can't do anything to you? What a pity that Tri-Mounts is not Toronto, and your opponent is not some black-hearted farmer. I've had my eyes on you ever since you stepped into Tri-Mounts. At first, none of this had anything to do with you or Rhodes Island at all. Even if you and Saria are moving in the same direction, role-playing as heroic firefighters, why haven't you dispatched a few more men like that good old mechanic to mop things up quick? If you're not going to talk, then why don't I tear your chest open and make you look at the secrets hiding inside? Damn! The slivery green Liberia approaches. Slivery. Her plumage scrapes the fabric of your hood, emanating a soft, piercing sound. At first, I thought you were the same as those other eccentric scientists trying to find some sort of revelation about the future in Kristen's research. After all, we're such a silly species, aren't we? Limited lifespan and unlimited ambition. The moment we realise the limits of what we can accomplish in our short lives, we become willing to surrender our arrogance for just a moment and beg for a shortcut. But on you, I smell no trace of that desire. What do you dream of? And what of your past? I'm becoming very interested in you now, Doctor. But unfortunately, my colleagues are about to show up. Hold your friend's head in your hands and enjoy a captivating session with Columbia's top agents. You might find yourself astonished. Think through some answers to my questions during your interrogation. I hope I don't give you the chance to run. Oh, wait. Why are you here? Hehe. Did this hood ever come with a guarantee of who would be under it? Oh, okay. A water clone? Any more tricks up your sleeve, pathetic elf? Doesn't matter. Doctor of Rhodes Island. We will see each other very soon. Alright. Flipped on the flipper. She thought she got one over on us. Little did she know. Call an ambulance. But not for me. Doctor, there are a lot of people rushing towards the alley. Rose Island is being set up. It's a good thing you used your brains and borrowed my clone for that meeting. Otherwise, you'd have fallen into that horrible woman's trap for real. She's definitely left evidence implicating Rhodes Island. You heard everything she said over the comms, right? Did you make enemies of both Maylander and the military? I'm afraid so. Huh. You're not joking, are you? Doctor, if you and the Tin Man had any plans, now would be a good time to share them, you know? Your silence implies... Wait, Doctor, you can't mean that he... Something really happened to that mega mysterious super agent in the trench coat with the tin can for a head? The knell has tolled for him. That was a bone whistle. Wait, Banshee, you say of the sarcasm variety? Was it for Kristen? Did she... Nilsey suddenly falls silent. She looks up the sky above Trimounts. There is nothing up there besides thousands of stars. I cannot help but recall Hulhiert's question from earlier. Why did you come to Trimounts? What exactly is the dream that she's chasing? Let me in, right? Trying to play Enfield, man. I'm so tired as well. Like, my eyes are fucking shagged at the minute. Looking at OBS over there, it's like, shit looks all blurry. Like, bro, I didn't realise I was that tired. Quick, silence. Over here. Oh no, we leaked. This alarm. Did something happen to Director Jarrah? Silence. Are you okay? I'm fine, Saria. I'll help you carry her. Your face is all sweaty. If Saria doesn't wake up now, they're gonna catch us. Don't push the blame onto Saria. Your face, you look like you're about to... I'm fine, Ifrit. I just happened to remember what happened earlier. I watched her fall in front of me. My very first reaction was not worry or surprise, but regret. Because you were mad at her? Yes, if that really was the last conversation we ever had, I didn't want to think that I was blaming her. Actually, I don't know who else can hear me out. Then just patch things up. Huh? And then, when Saria wakes up, we can go back together. How about it? She'll return here the moment she wakes up. That's the sort of woman she is. Fine. I think I get it. Neither of you is going to go home, are you? That's right. Then, why not work together? Work together. Yes, Silence. Even though you got some new gear on, you're still a doctor. If you keep on running like this, you're going to get hurt or even die. I know Saria is a great fighter. Even if she started to know that teamwork's important, she still likes to work alone. Stop thinking, if it weren't for us, Saria would be in an even worse situation right now. Neither of you wanted me to tag along, but at the very least, You gotta promise me that you'll work with Saria. Otherwise, the two of you will worry about me, and I'll worry about you guys too. Ifrit. Just say yes or no. I'll either behave and go back to the doctor. Just promise me. Some words are easier to say when you're on a team, right? Where did you learn all this? The Dr. Past taught me all these people skills. I'll think about it. Great. Silence. What's that over there? Transmitter. It just appeared. It's all silvery and flowy. Real pretty. Don't touch it. Ifrit, that's very dangerous. Dangerous? No way. More than my flames? It's another product of Ryan's experiments. For real? Then I'll burn it up. No. Just wait and see. Don't be too quick to destroy it. A small lump of silvery substance gushes inside the test tube. Ever since it left Parvus's home, it has lingered without a target direction, as if it has lost its hub directive, as if its only mission is to lead her to Parvus. Parvus never does anything without purpose. His appearance earlier couldn't have just been him wanting to chat with me. He deliberately led me to think he was the goal, and he was the goal in this race for the transmitter. Could it be the truth was never... Silence, the door's over here. How could... Did someone spot us? Stand back, Ifrit. Calcification. Is Saria good then? Saria, you're awake. Hooray! But you're... I'm fine. You're not bluffing a doctor that easily. I'm just holding this door until it's safe enough for you to leave. QED, I'm perfectly fine. The military mechs are closing in on our position. This path is no longer safe. Director Jarrah? She wouldn't hand over the information that easily. And so, there is only one possibility remaining. "10 minutes. They should have run into Blake's people by now. Old Sari would have probably stood a chance to escape unscathed. However, she's injured and carrying 2 extra burdens. Want to guess how long she can last in front of a fully armed Special Forces unit? Your phone is ringing, ma'am. It's me. Of course, I'm always willing to serve Columbia. Thank you for the advice. By now, you should be willing to believe me that I did try my best. I tried my hardest just to secure this opportunity to talk. If you had agreed with me earlier, then our defense director's life would be at very least not in danger. But you still sent them on that path, that secret passage known only to Mainland agents. Saria might die because of you, and the next one to go may well be the one you're most concerned about. I'm hoping from the bottom of my heart that you think the question over. Where the hell is Kristen Wright? I like how so far this has become the, like, you know, the hunt for Kristen. Director Jarrah works for Mainlander? I investigated her 10 years ago and found nothing. It was only when the Tin Man showed up and I left Rhine Lab that I got more clues to confirm it. She's been at Rhine for a long time. She knew Kristen before I did. Ifrit, attack the window on your left. Gotcha. It's so sturdy. The glass in the experimental labs is all reinforced, so ordinary impacts aren't going to be able to smash them. And if we break them now, we'll attract the attention of the soldiers downstairs. We can use my fire to cut through the glass. I can control my flames already, so I'll be able to do it. The teacher mentioned this in my Originum arts classes. Fire can be tempered, be silent, and become a quiet anger. Make my flames into a sword. Make my flames into a single thread. Yeah! Cracked. A little bit. You've split the enamel. Saria, just hold on a little longer. I'm halfway through. I can do it. Focus, Ifrit. Don't get distracted. When you were unconscious, Director Jarrah told me that there's no way you can fight against the entire country. So, if it is as you say, that Mainlander and the military have come to some kind of agreement, then we truly are facing off the entire country right now. Yes. Your heart rate and body temperature are spiking near their limits, and you've only just woken up. Your body is taking a serious toll. Perhaps. Saria, you're at your limit. Silence. Jerry modified your drone. I've seen the prototype blueprints. And did you... Its current load-bearing capacity is at least 2 adults for a short distance glide. Get out through the hole. If it opened up, and the drone will be able to take you to the roof at the opposite building. You'll have to act fast. I'll wait for you to go over, and then I'll exit through this door and divert the pursuers. Their numbers are many, and I won't be able to fend them off for long. Saria. You still haven't given me an answer. Your inability to make a genuine stand against Ryan. Is it because deep in your bones you've always been the same as them? The same as Control? Sorry, Silence. I thought it through, and I'm unable to give you a definite answer. If Kristen's experiment violates any laws that shouldn't have been broken, I will stop her. Just like all the wrongs Ryan has committed over the years. The wrongs should be made right. But I've always believed that the stronger one is, the less rash they should be acting. But if I were to return to the past, back to when Kristen and I first met, when everything had yet to happen, I would not have stopped the Kristen then. I would not have stopped the birth of the Rhine Lab. Yes, even if I knew that Rhine would create so much suffering in the future, even if I could foresee the ambitions of Kristen Parvis and Ferdinand growing out of control, I would still stand with them. Sorry, your answer might be even more definitive than you think. Silence. Saria, did you guys see that? I opened it. Go. Silence. If there's anything else you would like to know, we can wait until this is all over, and I'll tell you. Alright. Silence. Silence. Why are you spacing out? We've got to get moving. Poorly, Barry. None of this has anything to do with you. What exactly is it that you want? Truth? Justice? Or peace? I will tell you that you want what you want to know. And yet, even if you know it all, what can you do? This is not the answer I want. No. A drone's belt? Silence. What are you doing? The whirring of a drone starting up comes from behind. Oh shit, she got airlifted out. The unreinforced door at the end of the corridor is about to melt under the impact of the energy weapon. Just imagine like... Saria is suspended in midair, holding Ifrit in one arm, stretching the other out towards Silence, trying to grab her. But Silence doesn't return her grip, and retraces the path she's taken in reverse. I should have talked with you sooner, Saria. I only just came to understand why I can't help but get mad at you. I thought it was from the falling out we had during the diabolic crisis. Or that I'm dissatisfied with the way you insist on shouldering everything yourself. But actually, the one I'm most annoyed with is myself. The blame I push onto you for not doing enough, it's only because I built a habit of depending on you. I had hoped you could change Control, just like I once hoped the Professor could save Ifrit and the Control could change Rhine Lab. I'd hope every deadlock would be solved by someone stronger. I'm so weak, aren't I? On the one hand, I loathe the powerful figures that manipulate everything and treat innocent lives like expendable resources and numbers. On the other hand, I still pin my hopes for the future on people stronger in not just power, but also morality and empathy. Only now do I understand that no one can truly carry everything on their own, and it's beyond the capacity of a single individual. Everyone who has been willing to help me on their way here, Rhodes Island, Director Milsey, Director Jarrah, and you, all of you want me to stay out of it. If you hadn't collapsed in front of me, if Ifrit hadn't been in danger, I might have been obediently thrown in the towel. No, I won't back down. I refuse to allow myself to stay under your wings. I refuse to accept that I can only stand in vain as the gunfire rings right above us and open my arms to the injured. This time, I will step into the flames before any of you. Damn, that was a bit of a speech, yeah. That was a bit of a speech. The drone sends the two to a lower floor of the neighbouring building. Saria smashes a window and they land smoothly. There must be more of Ferdinand's people on the lookout downstairs, but as long as there's room for action, she believes she can find a way to break through the encirclement. However, Silence, what are you doing? Silence, hurry up and fly over here with your drone. Ifrit anxiously yells at the room across, but Silence takes a long look at them before turning her back. Was she having an aura moment, yeah? Just as Silence begins to turn, Saria gets a look at get to look at her eyes. They are brimming with regret. More than that is determination. Ferdinand, we've got someone in the corridor. She says she has business with you. Silence? Why are you... I'm sorry, Director Jara. I've already made up my mind. I have unfinished business, so I can't just leave yet. I remember you. Parvasi's stellar student. You and Elena gave me such a headache back at Site 359. Yes, my name is Silence. I would like to make a deal with you. A deal? Do you really think I would let Saria go? This isn't up to you. No, this is the only thing that's up to me. That's... transmitter from Site 359. What are you doing? Even if you put the transmitter into your body, it's not going to work. Dorothy's hub was destroyed. The new hub is in Kristen's hands. It's impossible. That was my experiment. Mine and Dorothy's. A short while ago, I met Dr. Parvis's laboratory was storing a large amount of transmitter. Director Clooney, you must have realised it long ago. Just don't want to admit it. Would rather believe your failure was owed to a bad move than to believe that Control was playing you the whole time. Did you really never consider the possibility? She's the one that's working more closely with the military. She had countless ways to kill your experiment with Dorothy in its infancy. Then, why did she only show up after your experiment succeeded? We still have a chance. Whatever Kristen is trying to do with the transmitter, she hasn't succeeded yet. Director Clooney, bring me to her. The transmitter is inside me. I'll become your beacon to locate Kristen. Bro, realizing he got played. Oh, shit. Yo, this story's fucking... There's so much going on. So many moments of like, oh, fuck, okay. Where's he going next? Do you know what I mean? Where the fuck is Kristen then? I feel like she's got to be in the air, right? Or something. Because just the fact that, like, what they were trying to do, the bit at the start with that crashing down, like, I feel like she's got to be in, like, some sort of orbital station or something, like, or some, like, low orbit. I don't know. And she said earlier as well, that one character said about her being in the stars, like, you know? It's fucking, it's good, this is. It's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Chat, though, I am going to finish a little bit early today. I do apologise. It's just, I am so tired. Like, to the point where, like, my eyes are getting blurry. And I need to go and have a bath. I'm going to go pick Rosie up from work. And I'm going to try and get a couple of hours of sleep later. Because I'm going to be live again 11 PM tonight. So, it's going to be a long one. And I want to make sure I'm not absolutely destroyed for the launch of Enfield, because it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long night. So I want to say thank you to everybody for coming through today, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's been an enjoyable stream, and thank you for keeping me busy today. Obviously, with everything that's gone on, it's helped keep my mind occupied. So thank you for that. In 9.5 hours, the Enfield launch, right? Apparently, 3 AM on the game, 1 AM on the post I'm seeing, so it's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna get live for around about 11, give or take. I might be like half an hour late, depending, but yeah, right about 11 is when we'll be live tonight, so, like, 8 hours, I'll be live in like 8 hours, chat. So, enjoy the rest of your day. If I don't see you later for Enfield, I'll maybe see you tomorrow, because the plan is stream throughout the morning to the early hours, probably get some shut-eye, and then maybe stream in the late afternoon, evening tomorrow, and then Friday, I'm thinking we'll be back to just normal stream time. We'll just do a nice long stream. Friday will be just a nice long stream. We'll start it whenever, and because Rosie's got the next 2 days off, so I haven't got to worry about that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to say Monday for Arknights now, right? But I might do some more beforehand, if I can try and squeeze in. I'm really enjoying this. And I kind of just want to know what's going on now. Like, this is just giving me so many more questions than I've got answers. And I kind of want the answers, so maybe sometime Saturday, depending on what happens over the weekend or how much I'm bashing Enfield, we'll try and squeeze a couple of hours in for more Long Trail. Because I do want to know. I do want to know now. So, yeah. But guys, enjoy the rest of your day, man. Yeah, no worries, Casual, Jerry, Blue, Netflix, not Momo. Everybody in stream, guys, appreciate you hanging out. Shout out to everybody who has watched. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream. I'll see you all a little bit later, guys. All right, catch you later. Ta-ra.